Oh, yeah. Turn the microphone on. Hey, you don't really get it, Gutter. What do you do for a series split? Like like one of yours. Give me one of yours. Yeah.
Sigh of relief, maybe?
Yes. All right. That's good. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. I'm a little bit frazzled. I'm not going to lie. Tired and just frazzled. Just a little out of it today. It's Friday. And we have an interesting show. We have a lot of moving pieces today, a lot of comings and goings, if you will. We'll explain in a minute, but it is fantastic to be here with everybody this morning. Thanks so much for making us a part of your morning. Hopefully we can bring a smile to your face every now and then. Talk a little Padres baseball and life and all that fun stuff. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Paulie's got the City Connect Friday hat on. I love it. He's always so theme gamed up. It's great.
Except when we're actually at the game in Philadelphia.
It wasn't a City Connect night.
It was not a City Connect night. It was their City Connect night, I believe. Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. He joins us as well. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning. I apologize because I'm going to leave you hanging in the second half of the show.
It's all right.
I feel a little bad about it.
Don't.
But
it's cool that you're here.
Actually, I was actually going to take the whole day off. We're going on family vacation this weekend, but we're not leaving until 9. So I thought, well, let me come in and do the first couple of hours with my guys.
What a mensch. What an absolute mensch.
The first thing I said, we walked in together. We pulled up to the building at the same time, and I go, what the senioritis is going on today?
Yeah.
We're like, you have it where you're like, all right, I got one more day of work.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow vacation starts. You're like, no, vacation starts today. I'm still coming in for a half day.
It's very sweet, and it's very much appreciated.
Can I admit something?
Yeah.
I actually like doing this job and working with you guys.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'll be going, well, I mean, I'm leaving you guys next week, but I was telling Paulie, I go, I'm 8 hours ahead. Like, I'm calling in every day when I'm gone. Like,
You're going to call in from the future.
I'm going to call in from the future. And and probably like 4 or 5 beers deep.
The pub.
Okay, so it's 6 a.m. here. It's 8 hours ahead. What time is that?
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's Guinness time.
At the old sod somewhere. Yeah.
The old Mancunian. The old Bell End. That's where I'll be. I'll be drinking beers at the Bell End. I like this show a lot, too, and I like you guys a lot. And I love the tier ones as well. So, there's a commitment that this show has made to, wanting to do well. And then when I get back, I'm only in town for about another week, and then we go off on our family vacation to Hawaii. And I'm taking the equipment with me, and I've committed to most days getting my ass out of bed at about 2:30 a.m. to come do this radio show because they're 3 hours behind in Hawaii, and got a great place to do it. Great place to do it in the house. There's an extra room. It's just the time is going to be rough. Now, when I go on vacation, I'm not with my family at least. I'm not going to be out pounding, Hawaiian lager till
Mai Tai.
Yeah, till midnight.
Lava flows.
Bro, when I go there, I just want to relax. I don't want to I told Hannah this time, I go, look, last year we had all these drives that we had to do, and driving in Hawaii is a different thing altogether. It's beautiful. I mean, you're like, oh my God, look at all this beautiful stuff. One guy has a blowout on the 2-lane road. You're there for 4 hours. We had a trip that should have taken us about 45 minutes. It took 2.5 hours because somebody had an accident. And you're sitting on this one road going,
but no one's in a hurry because they're on
island time. Like, no, there's no get this guy off the side of the road. Nothing. There was an accident. So
I'm an island boy, and I've been trying to make.
So I told her,
island boy.
I said, this year, please, let's not plan much because I do have to work some. We'll go do like the boat ride and some hikes and stuff. I said, but my ass got to be in bed watching the Padres game when I'm out there because I'm going to come in and call in and do the show, bring the equipment out there. Hopefully that works.
Is it like 3:40 starts out there?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's pretty good, man.
That's not bad.
I think I've told this story before, but I think my wife gets that thing too when we're on vacation. Is everyone having a good time? She wants everybody to have a good time, and I'll never forget this moment. It was like this pivotal moment. We were sitting. There's an ice cream shoppy down the road that we walked to. It's amazing. It's amazing. And Padres are on my phone. Bo and I are eating an ice cream cone, and we're sitting on this picnic table that is literally right next to a dumpster. I mean, it's a picnic table, dumpster, and here's Bo and I watching the game on my phone, eating ice cream, and she's hovering and panicked. Like, is everything okay? Are you sure you don't want to do anything? And finally, she had asked me so much. I go, hey, I'm good. And I said, in fact, I've never been this good. This is my favorite moment of my entire life. I haven't been this calm in 40 years. I said, I've never been happier. I don't need to go anywhere. I need nothing. You couldn't offer me anything. Well, maybe one thing that I would have taken in that moment. But other than that, I've never been happier. I'm watching baseball with my son. I'm eating ice cream next to a dumpster. This is what I was made to do. And so when I go over there, that's all I want to do. I want to eat ice cream next to a dumpster. I want to sit on my ass. I want to look at the sun. I want to go into the ocean for a while. I don't need to do anything, but I digress. We're all, there's a lot of moving parts this month for this show.
Brandon in our chat says between Philly, London, and Hawaii, your frequent flyer miles are piling up. I mean, has any three different
do you actually even put in the number for the frequent flyer miles?
I
because
did.
You're not good with the club point thing.
I did in Philly.
Okay, good.
I have now a British Airways account. Yes.
For all those British Airways flights you plan on taking in
Has
the
any
future.
radio host that had ever traveled that much in a 30-day span not for work?
It's a lot.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure like Boomer Esiason has done NFL things. He's like, I got to go to SoFi Stadium this weekend and then back to New York for 4 days. And then I'm going down to the Bucks game or something like that.
I'm going to put an incredible amount of mileage on this ass on my butt for the next month or so. But yeah, man, I'm excited about all of it. And again, the moving pieces though is that's what we've committed to doing, is saying, hey, we still want to be there to serve the audience as best as we can. Oh, I can use my American Airlines frequent flyer on British Airways.
Hot tip from Gator Padre.
Thank you, Gator
Padre. Good to know.
Now, your vacation, this is what's funny because I feel like over the last few years when we first started this radio show, it was Fancy Ben. And we used to play the Fancy Ben song and everything he did was fancy. I think I'm much fancier than you now. I really do. I think I'm maybe
you have surpassed me.
I think I'm the fancy one. Maybe that's my new theme
song. Hawaii and Breckenridge and going first class.
Tell you right.
I'm sorry.
Relax, Breckenridge. I would never.
Of course,
you'd never. Beneath me.
You'd end up in Vale before too long.
Oh God, never. Tourist
flying first class to England this month.
Dump Aspen.
Yeah. Terrible. Maybe I'm the fancy one, but you're this trip that you go on every year with your family. I love it. And I do want to tell Hannah, I want to do this trip. Not with you guys, on our own as a family, because it sounds incredible. Tell everybody again what it does.
Yeah, we go every single July. It's my family, my brother, my sister, my parents, and we go up to near Solvang, which is just beyond Santa Barbara. And we always just do 3 nights, and it's kind of like a guest ranch where there's golf and tennis and horseback riding. And, you can just pool, just kind of fuel.
There's a fuel there.
Swimming pool.
I'm gonna dip my feet in the Pule all week.
Go to the game room and shoot some Pule.
Some Pule.
The food is really, really good,
I
which
heard
is
the
always
food is
fun.
the
Yeah,
best.
awesome food, and just very relaxing. It's just peaceful and bucolic.
Now the drive sucks.
Oh, it's all day. It's through LA on a Friday, all day long, and I've never found a really good way to avoid it. So
There's no good time to leave.
just grant.
Leave at 9 p.m. last night.
Yeah,
and just
is-
gut it.
yeah,
just
yeah.
gut it out and get there and check in.
But
What kind of food are we talking there? Like, give me a day in the life of Ben and family food.
So it's just the 2 meals. It's the big breakfast and then the big dinner at the end of the night.
No lunch.
There's really no lunch. You're on your own if you want to get something.
Okay.
I'm never hungry enough because
Is
you
there
need a
stuff-
giant.
Is there stuff around that you could grab a
Not
sandwich?
real. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
We have
okay.
little snack bars or whatever
Okay.
you want to get, or if you're going to go play golf, you eat at the golf course, something. But it's just basically order off, a menu, or they also have like a buffet for everything as well with pancakes, bacon, sausage, French toast, eggs, really huevos rancheros. Got all the
Everything.
Mexican food as well that you want to get, and then dinner is it's at the ranch. There's steaks and fish and ribs and chicken and all kinds of
Oh my God.
good ranch specialties.
They start cooking it at like noon, 1.
You start smelling it. Yeah, you start smelling it
Text
early
us
in the
some
middle of the
pictures.
day.
Send us some pictures of the
Yeah.
spread.
Yes, please.
I
You
will.
never
Like,
send us
I will just-
pictures.
okay, I
You
know.
never ever send us any pictures. Good wine up there.
Good wine. It's
Really
wine
good
country
wine.
up there as well.
How
so
close are you to like Sideways,
Very right there. I mean, in that same.
the hitching post?
Yeah, we're 2 miles from the hitching post.
Like, it's on you to send us pictures because we all do
I
a
know.
good job of not bothering the other
Right.
when somebody's on vacation. We don't want to be like, hey, Ben, send us some content, send us some pictures. But like, we're not gonna say, if you send us stuff, we're not gonna be like, don't talk to us, you're on vacation.
Yeah,
Like,
no, we don't
if you
do
wanna
that.
Send us something, but we're not gonna bug you.
I want to see this. I want to see the
I'll
food
take some.
spread.
I'll take some of the pictures of what we're doing. I don't think my kids want to be in the pictures
fine,
that
that's
much,
fine.
but I will.
I want to see pictures of the food.
Yep.
I want to see pictures of you in the Pule with your shirt off
Thank you.
in your bathing suit. What do you call it? Do you call it bathing suit?
Bathing suit.
I think I do too.
What
You're
do
not bathing.
What
in
else?
it, though.
Swim trunks.
Swimsuit. I don't like
Nothing-
trunks.
What really works?
I like swimsuit.
swimsuit.
I like swimsuit.
I've always said bathing suit.
think I have two, but I think I'm
you're
going to
not
switch
bathing.
it.
Why
You're not bathing at all.
No one's bathing.
No. I want to see pictures of you lounging by the pool. I need them for my
Working on my golf tan.
and
Yeah.
you're going to get to play a little golf, which is great. How
Yeah.
are the courses?
Really good. Yeah.
It
Tough.
does sound like an incredible family vacation.
We've talked about.
I'd like to get that tradition going in my house.
We've talked about maybe even later this year or certainly next year. We want to do like the coastal, maybe all the way up to the bay,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
not, but
I want to go to Big
we want to
Sur.
get first step is Santa Barbara, stop there, hang out for a night or two, then keep going. We want to go like Carmel,
Yeah.
Big Sur, like
Oh.
just take a week and go up the coast and back.
Yeah. The drive on the one is slow, but it is gorgeous.
Yeah, I've
if
never
you
done
ever
it.
Do it.
Never
So,
done it.
I
yeah.
need my kids in the back seat going, "Oh, Big Sur." You
Big
know what
Sur.
I mean? Big Sur. Like, Dad, are we going to Big Sur? That's what I want. I want them to see it. I want to do that trip too. That sounds like the best trip every year.
Always is. Always is. Always look forward to it every single
What's
summer.
the drive going to be? It'll be 9 a.m. You're going to leave here. You got to take your dog to the
taking
Pound?
the dog to the border, not the
Oh,
pound.
sorry.
You
to
gotta
the
go all the like
to the
you're
border?
45 minutes
Yeah, the
north of
dog
the
TJ?
border. You gotta go all the way south.
to the border down in TJ.
No, not the border.
Let them
the
just run across.
border.
The border. Okay.
And then just up the freeway. You'll hit traffic in Orange County. You'll hit traffic in Los Angeles County. You'll hit traffic in Santa Barbara. There is traffic
What are we talking here? 6, 8?
everywhere. Yeah, with a stop for lunch, probably 7.5 hours.
Do you have a stop that you go to?
I have something planned, different one.
Okay.
I do my research.
I know
try
you
to,
do. I know you
make
do.
everybody happy. Something for everyone.
I like the idea of you just driving to the border and just letting your dog run across the Mexican border, and I will pick you up in 4 days. I do like that
I
idea.
think that's where she originally came from
Yeah.
because we got her from the shelter down by the border, and I think she was kind of a Mexican rescue dog.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we got a cat from down there as well, Tiger. And I like that idea better of just,
All right.
all right, we'll see you in a few days.
It says on Google Maps if you left Encinitas at 9 a.m. to get to Santa Barbara.
we're like an hour past there too. To
Okay.
actually get there, but
So
yeah.
it says depending on traffic, 3 to 4.5 hours plus another hour. You said
Yeah.
north. You're probably looking at about
7-8 hours.
Yeah,
6-7
and
hours.
traffic's going to get worse and worse and worse.
Is there a
as the day
dinner?
goes on.
Is there a dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The worst part is there's no way
We'll be there in time
around
for,
it.
we'll be there definitely in time for dinner. Have hopefully like an hour to chill, relax, a few minutes by the pool, and then get ready for dinner.
Not say pool. Can't say. From now on, it's going to be the pool.
The swimming pool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm excited for you.
And I will not be here on Monday.
Right.
But I will be back on Tuesday.
Totally on Monday. So just be me and Paulie on Monday. We've got some special things planned, as we always do. When you're gone, we have a really good show coming up today as well. Ben will tease that in the next segment. But I did want to address, we are trying to get this show that we do, this YouTube show, off the ground. And it's actually called Off the Air. But I want to get off the air, off the ground. Because I really, again, I like doing it.
Off and running.
Told you the story yesterday about how we did one and we lost the audio. And Adam came in yesterday. He's kind
of off the rails.
It's off the rails. Yes, it's exactly right. He did say, he goes, I literally stayed up like I was sick to my stomach. I go, again, I'm not mad at you. Like it's happened so many times to anybody that's ever been in recorded audio. The Rolling Stones probably cut a song once, and the guy was like, I forgot to push the button. And they're like, oh my God,
that was so good. We can't recreate that.
Does anybody remember Wild Horses? I thought we had it. We didn't. Like you bell end, you didn't push the button. I promise you, Keith Richards has written songs that he thought he hit record, and he was excited to wake up and listen to his tape recording. He goes, oh, bloody hell, I didn't hit record. I promise you, huge hit songs are out in the ether still because they've been lost. So
back then you had to play and record
at the
exact same time.
I just hit play. Oh my God. Oh my God. So again, anything that's ever happened, if you've ever recorded audio in any medium, you've lost it, you've forgotten it's you've done 50 minutes, you played it back and it was like blah, 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 blah. It was all crappy, like it's happened. So I'm not mad. I would have loved that episode to air. There's obviously a bigger cosmic reason that it didn't. That being said, he did something to Ben via text message yesterday that I was like, I have to call him out for that. And to explain our boss, Adam, when we were in Philly, we sat at this dive bar. And speaking of the Stones, I put like 25 Stone songs on the jukebox, and we were sucking down whiskeys, and it was the greatest night. We had such a fun night.
I have a picture of you standing at the jukebox.
Do you?
Just feeding money
into it? I had such a great time.
Probably still playing whatever you loaded because you put so many songs on there.
It was so much fun.
You were like, what is this crap? What is this, Morgan Wallen?
Yeah, there was some garbage playing over the airwaves.
You got mad. You were like, it was like really affecting your mood. And we're like, you know what? Go play with your jukebox.
Well, I did the bit too, where I was like, play yours next for an extra $1. I was like, done. I probably spent $50 just playing my song next, so I didn't have to hear whatever this other idiot put in. Oh, good, Jelly Roll's on. So I just kept playing my songs first. But we sat at the table and we just were having a great time, and we were getting very lubed up and loose. And we started talking about Adam and how much we love Adam and how great of a boss Adam is and how important he is to us and how we wouldn't be here without him and his support. And we texted him, and he was
genuinely authentic.
We were drunk. We're like, we're like, we love you, bro. And he had like the teary-eyed text. But then you get home and you're back in the swing of things. And you hey, right?
Welcome back. Can you do your new show tomorrow? Welcome back. Are you guys all on the round table this week?
So glad you're back. But
welcome back. Hey, Ben, you don't have to leave at 8, do you, on Friday?
So he starts texting the thread of the show, Ben Woods, Paul, and Adam. And he'll watch these games, these Padres games. And he'll start to work himself up into a tizzy about the dumbest stuff. And there was a play.
Adam may be the most passionate Padres fan in San Diego.
He could be.
The way he texts us about
he gets so nuts. And he goes, that throw from Fernando was inexcusable. The guy got to third and he ended up scoring. All right, fine. Agree. Yeah, probably should have gone. For me, we'll talk about the game, but I didn't mind him throwing home. I didn't. I thought he's got a hose piece on him and a good arm. I mean, he could have, never know, right? He gets off a good throw. Maybe he gets that guy at home. Fine. So Ben pushes back on something, blah, blah, blah. And then he did something in a text message, which I thought, oh no, like he's crossed the line. Did you agree? Did you notice when he did it?
I did.
And you didn't say a word back.
I didn't. I just decided to let it go.
So he was also talking about the fact that yesterday, Jim Bowden from The Athletic, who's
Bowden.
Bowden? You sure?
Pretty sure.
His stuff is terrible. He has the worst trade proposals in the game. I don't know how he got a gig there at The Athletic. He's not good.
I mean, he used to be an actual GM.
I know he did. And I would think that that's his qualifications, but his proposals are wacky. So he comes out yesterday with, again, news we've talked about ad nauseum. Sean Murphy, Padres may be interested in Sean Murphy, the catcher for the Braves. And he sends this. He goes, good stuff for tomorrow. All right, that's strike one for me. If it's good stuff, I'll find it. Okay? That's it. That's strike one. So I said, yeah, but it's Jim Bowden. And he goes, well, at the very least, there's a difference between this is what I'm hearing from sources and here are the top 25 trades I'd like to see happen. So at that point, I said, I'm not engaging anymore. Then he says he won't trade any players under contract beyond this season, talking about Alex Anthopoulos from the Braves. Ben writes, well, we've heard Murphy's available no matter what the team is saying publicly. Adam says, different reporters have different sources who relay different information. I'm not disagreeing with you, Ben, just sharing info. When he hit you with the Ben, I went, what's this guy's effing problem? Has he lost his mind?
Originally, I thought, well, maybe he's differentiating between a response from one of you two as opposed to mine. Like, this is a multi-person thread, but neither of you responded.
No,
so
I never responded.
Woods just said
he was like, he said, I'm done. I'm not responding. I'm not engaging with this.
I shut it down.
just never respond.
When you use someone's name, whether in conversation or via text, I think that's a no-no. Like if I say to Paul, like, are you kidding me, Paul? You're like, oh, God, like, I'm in trouble. Crap. What did I do? Are you joking, Ben?
We have something we need to talk about, Steve.
That will kill me. That will kill me every single time. And he did it to Ben last night. I go, oh. And Ben just disengaged. He just pulled off, dude. You broke hard right, and you got out of there.
So I'm gonna be honest.
It's
here.
Aggressive.
There's a calculus. If I text back, I know I'm getting roped into a 9-10 text back and forth thread, and I can defend myself on absolutely. I just don't want to, and I don't feel like I need to. So I just disengaged from that conversation.
You did. You broke hard right, and you were out of there. And I did too. I mean, I was busy. My parents in town. We were hanging with the kids, going to dinner.
I could do an hour on text etiquette.
There's a lot of
the simplest thing can make you go from, oh, we're having a good conversation to, oh, are we fighting? Are we about to throw fists now?
Yeah, are we?
You gave me a thumbs up. You couldn't even heart it. Mm-hmm. Like, sorry to bother you.
Yeah. I'm bad about sometimes just seeing things and hearting it just so it'll go away. I'm like the worst at it. I don't mean to like, I'm hearing you, I'm seeing your text, but sometimes like somebody will Paulie will send me, hey, for tomorrow, and I'll see it and go, all right, I'll get back to it. And I just heart it. Like a video. There was a video Paulie sent the other day. You guys were talking about it. I was like, yeah, totally. And I never watched it because I just hearted it and moved on.
I would assume that the designers at Apple had intended like thumbs up to mean, yes, I agree. And I acknowledge what you're saying. And hard is
passive aggressive.
And hard is I love it. Yeah, well, that's awesome. But what it's really become is heart is
I'm not looking.
All right, fine, whatever.
I'm moving on.
And thumbs up is actively
go F
like
yourself. Thumbs up is go F yourself is what it really means.
Because it's just like said, yeah, that sounds great. All good. If you said
sounds great.
If you just said okay,
like,
oh wow, I'm sorry.
And a thumbs down is truly like if you're thumbs downing someone's text like genuinely, it's very rare and very serious to do that.
Carl says, Woodsy, you got to start hearting the San Diego concierge requests. I do. Believe
he's going to be thumbs upping them soon and might be thumbs downing them at some point.
Somebody says my camera's off center. Sorry about that. We are off the rails. Off the air, on the air with Ben and Woods. But yeah, Adam, when he said Ben yesterday, I went, oh, somebody's a little pissy. Are you a little pissy right now? He was.
He was a little fatherly, a little spousely as well.
Ben. And then
Benjamin.
How does Ben repay him? By coming in and working 2 hours. Did you do it just so you didn't get banged for a vacation day. Because if you did, that's very smart. It's
Ooh,
very
I didn't
smart.
think about that.
But you don't have to submit today because you're here.
Exactly. I am here.
They're not going to bang you for a half day.
True.
Good for you.
No, and also, as I said,
You like it.
I like you guys.
Ben's finally taking advantage of every time there's a holiday, like a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
You get the email from the big boss. It says, "Hey, this Friday,
Leave early.
we're shutting this mother down
There
at
it is.
noon."
Here's my half day.
That's
It's
your
a
half day.
Now,
Here
if
it
you
is.
work, if you're not able to leave at
Ooh.
noon, work it out with your boss and take a half day another time.
You know how many half days I'm taking in
We've
Hawaii?
got about a month worth of half days from all the vacation days that we've never taken.
Every day in Hawaii is going to be a half day for your old pal Woodsy. I gotta use them or I'll lose them. Right?
This is from 4th of July 2022.
Here's 4th of July 2023. Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve,
Labor Day weekend.
Let's get after this Padres game.
Yeah, and I'm leaving you for 2 very important interviews.
Massive.
We will tell you about all of those coming up. Let's just get right to it here, Paulie. We're going to check traffic with Kelly Danick. We'll come back, tell you about those interviews that are coming up, and then we'll get right into our Padres Wrap-Up. They did get the series split last night. If you were watching, another tense game against the Arizona Diamondbacks. That team is troublesome against the San Diego Padres. No doubt about that. Talk about the 4 horsemen of the bullpen and more, all coming up on a Friday morning, 7-Eleven day. Get your Slurpee on on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
So you say you'll be okay without me. The last hour of the show in particular, because we have two big guests coming up on the program today. Let me set it out a little bit right before we get to our highlights of last night's Padres win. Darren Smith's going to be with us for his usual Friday segment at 7:35. We'll talk SDFC. They got a big game at Chicago tomorrow and some Padres baseball. Coming up at 9 o'clock, our second Major League skipper of the week. This time it'll be Mike Shildt who joins us on our Eco Water SoCal Managers Report. Try alkaline water for just $9.95 a month. Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. I know you'll be fine. Talk to Shilty all the time.
Yep.
No problem with that. The second interview is the one that I think we were both a little nervous about. I'm sorry that I can't be there with you, but I think this is actually going to work out for the best. we will be talking to WWE legend Rey Mysterio.
Hall of Famer.
9:35
Yeah.
this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I, of course, have gone on record. I've never been a wrestling guy. I don't even really totally understand the appeal of the whole thing. So it's possible that me not being there for the interview could make things more comfortable for you just to have a nice little, tete-a-tete with Rey Mysterio.
I do feel like you would say something offensive.
Possibly.
That's what I was really, really nervous
There's actually
about.
little doubt in my mind.
There's actually little doubt.
Yeah. And this is about the Survivor Series, of course, coming to Petco Park in November.
Yes, November 29th.
And they're starting to get the word out and tickets. And this, of course, is going to be a massive event in San Diego. Whether it's a massive event for me, I will acknowledge a massive event in San Diego with diehard fans who are incredibly excited about this opportunity and the first ever Survivor Series coming to like a big stadium venue like Petco Park.
And, we made a commitment earlier in the season or early in the year to be a little bit more open-minded as a show. We got SDFC here and we thought, man, that's cool. That's Major League Soccer. Be into it, right? Let's not be haters. And, we just talk baseball. Like, let's try our best to embrace SDFC. And I think we have. Now, again, we put good guests on to talk SDFC because they're better at it than we are. Correct? Like, right. That's why you do that. And I have no problem doing that. I will never be the sports radio host that says, I know I'm going to speak confidently on the NBA or the NFL. Baseball, I feel pretty confident. But like with this one, Benny, I at least have some former love, major love of wrestling. I grew up a huge wrestling fan, huge. So this is pretty cool. And man, I don't know if there's a San Diegan that reps San Diego harder than Rey Mysterio. I really don't. I mean, the guy is as San Diego as it gets. Chula Vista, born and raised.
Has it always been
stud.
The same Rey Mysterio, or are there multiple Rey Mysterios?
No, it's the same. He's got a son that wrestles too, Dominic.
Right. Okay.
And they actually had a little like Dominic went heel. I learned all this. I did my research. He did a little heel turn and
talked to a couple of buddies last night. I said, hey, we got Rey Mysterio on the show tomorrow.
People lost. Me too. My friends lost their minds. And it's wild. We've never.
When we got offered the opportunity and we're like, hey, do you guys want to do this? And I sent it to you guys. I said, look, like, I know it's different and maybe that makes it uncomfortable a little bit. But, just to use the worst trope in sports radio history, like if there's a Mount Rushmore of San Diego celebrities, I don't know how you don't put Rey Mysterio on there. He's one of the biggest figures to ever come out of San Diego. He's got 5 million Instagram followers. Like, he is a big deal, and the guy just bleeds.
He bleeds
San Diego. His theme song was I think it's POD 619.
Yeah, it's great.
See, now I don't even know the.
I knew 619 was a San Diego area code as a kid in Washington because of Rey Mysterio.
The etiquette of interviewing a WWE superstar. Are you interviewing them as their character, or are you talking to them as themselves?
I think you're talking to him as himself. I don't think he's going to be doing bits.
I think his name's like
Oscar Rubio.
Yeah, don't call him Oscar.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But he grew up here. He went to Montgomery High School here in San Diego.
Yeah, his finishing move is the 619, which is just the best. So I'm very excited to talk to him. Watched a little bit of an interview he did last night from a couple of years back, and yeah,
he's our age. I thought he was 50. Older than us. He's 50. Yeah.
God loves it. So I'm excited, man. And again, we've committed to going.
I'm genuinely excited.
We're gonna go that night. We're gonna take this guy along with us. We're gonna go out. We're gonna have a few pops with the tier ones out there, and we're gonna go watch some live wrestling. And I hope you come away with it with at least an appreciation for what they do, because I know
I've never not appreciated
I know what was it that really stuck in your craw?
The choreography, athleticism.
What stuck in your craw?
It was like the stats.
People who
he gets mad when
statistics.
When he said, like, oh, you're a 5-time champion.
Yeah, historical records and stuff.
That bothers you
a little bit
because you think it's predetermined. Probably is. That's a tough room to walk into. Do you walk into a room and they're like, all right, guys, grab a seat. Ben, you're going against Woods tonight. And Ben, I got bad news. Woods is going to beat you for the championship. You're like, I
worked so hard. I trained so hard for this moment.
You're like, okay.
And I walk in and you just I gotta, all right, fine, I'll lose. How am I going to lose?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I'll
make it look good.
The neck. Everybody works the neck.
I did like that movie. You told me to watch The Wrestler. It was good.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So listen, I'm probably not going to do much better than Ben on this interview. I'm just excited to talk to him and find out how cool it is going to be for him to be out there at Petco Park. It's going to be that event is going to be bananas. Oh, speaking of bananas,
Saul says he won't be in character. He's very laid back.
Yeah, he's cool. He was. I loved this interview I saw with him, and I'm looking forward to talking to him. So I did more research for Rey Mysterio than I did for Mike Shildt.
And he's only got a few minutes. This
it's short.
This is not a 20, 30-minute interview. This is just kind of get to know him quickly, talk about the event.
I don't know if he's like throwing out the first pitch or whatever. I think he'll be at Petco tonight.
Nice.
They're doing like a bunch of media day type interviews and stuff, like morning till night.
He's jamming all day. So we only got him for a short time.
Because it's not like, as far as I know, and I could be mistaken, as far as I know, like this isn't really a Padres production. It's not a Petco Park production. Like the WWE, when they come to town, they kind of take over.
Yeah, they like rented it or whatever.
Yeah. Like they run.
This is our scene. Yeah, cool. Yeah. I'm excited, man.
All right, one other quick show announcement. This will please old school Ben and Woods fans. Since I'm leaving at 8, we're moving up Take on Woods to its old time slot of 7:10 this morning.
There's at least one guy I know that's very happy.
Which means we'll talk Padres baseball from now until 7:10. And then we'll play a little Take on Woods coming up in our next hour. But right now, let's get to it. Padres wrap-up of a 4-3 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks right after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Pretty quiet around the county. Just this one thing to watch out for. Southbound side of the 805 before H Street. This car apparently hit some debris in the 2 right lanes and wound up stuck in the center divide. So tow truck on scene there. Just watch out for a little activity south 805 before H Street. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You hear what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Any of the Padres win yesterday? Ben and Woods didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got you covered with all of the highlights.
Oh, yes.
It's the
Padres wrap-up.
Brought to you by Jamul Casino Resort. Things are about to get real with the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With gorgeous rooms and exciting new eats and drinks. It gets real this summer at Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
I want to go fast, but I want to go slow, and I want to go deep.
3-2. And Tatis swings, sends it in the air to deep center field. Thomas racing straight back. He is at the wall. This one gonna go dead central for Fernando. His 16th of the year, and now a 2-1 game here in the third. First pitch coming. Manny hacks it in the air to deep left field. Gurriel gonna watch this one. Gonna go! Manny Machado, a go-ahead homer. 16th of this season, and the Padres lead for the first time tonight. It's 3-2. Pitch on the way. And Bogaerts hits it hard on the ground. Fair up the third baseline. That'll roll all the way into the corner. Sheets is on his horse. He's at third. He's going to be waved. Here comes the relay to the plate. Not in time. RBI double Xander Bogaerts. And the Padre lead is now 4-2. Runner from second takes off and delayed from first. The throw goes to second and in time. So Gridget got a late read on the double steal. And the Padres take full advantage. McCarthy at third now with 2 outs. Perdomo hits it on the ground at first, over the bag, diving attempt to rise, couldn't get there. It's into right field. That'll get a run home as Carroll trots in. And up to second base with his second double of the night, Geraldo Perdomo. This is a 1-run game in the top of the 7th. First pitch to him. And Naylor swings, grounds it to the right side. Cronenworth has it at first base. He'll bring it himself, and the ball game is over. Suarez, for the second time this week, a 1-2-3 ninth inning against the Diamondbacks, picks up his major league leading 27th save of the season. And the Padres are in a 4-game split with Arizona as they win this one by a final of 4-3.
Mike, how good and how important has Adrian Morejon been for you this year?
Pitched like an all-star tonight, I'll tell you that much. It's been fantastic. Listen, back in the bullpen's been a lot of our success, our calling card. Adrian's been tremendous, been fantastic, and the ability to use him and him to be efficient as he has allows us to use him more, and that's clearly important.
Yeah, give me a home run from Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado, and I will take my chances.
Yeah, every time.
Most nights.
Every time. You see when those two guys homer in the same game, their record is like 17-5 or something.
Like 20-4.
Yeah.
It only happened twice this year.
Yep.
But it did, and they got to the magic number 4. Which almost always means a victory for your San Diego Padres in 2025 as they beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-3. Now, they left so many runs on the table again.
Yes, they did.
They left they could have scored 12. Padres went 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position and left 13 runners on base. They had runners at third with less than 2 outs. They didn't get home. Yeah. This could have been one of the most agonizing losses of the season. Fortunately, the D-backs went 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position and left 10 runners on base. It wasn't exactly the crispest game when it came to bringing guys home once you got them on the pond, but those canceled out. The Padres get the win. They get the series split, and they're now 4-3 on their final homestand leading into the All-Star break with the Phillies coming to town today, tomorrow, and Sunday to wrap up the first half of the season. Randy Vasquez got the start last night. Ran into trouble in the third inning.
Ooh, man, I was scared.
Going from the Dylan Cease playbook here. Looked really good in the first 2 innings, and then kind of fell apart in the second. Gave up 2 sac flies, and then loaded the bases. The Diamondbacks, huge mental mistake by Ketel Marte in the third inning on the double to the wall with 2 outs. I mean, he should have scored easily, and I think he may have forgot that there was 2 outs and didn't even waited to get a read to see if it was going to get caught. Didn't matter. He should have been flying around the bases.
I couldn't believe it either, man.
And it turned out to cost him at least 1, if not more runs in that situation. Kept the Padres down only 2-0. They get 3 or 4 in that inning. You wonder if the Padres can come back from that. But
no doubt.
They come right back with Fernando Tatis Jr.'s home run. So good to see it. He really looked like he was swinging well last night. I'm almost sad the All-Star break is coming up because he is starting to heat up a little bit. His 16th of the season. They would tie it up in the bottom of the 4th on a Cronenworth RBI ground out. And then Manny Machado, of course, gave them the lead with his 16th home run of the season. Just a Manny bomb in the bottom of the 5th inning. And then they added on with the Bogarts RBI double later in that inning to get that 4th run, which turned out to be enough thanks to the great bullpen work.
Got a little lucky, I would say, last night with the Cronenworth ground out, especially. Naylor, he's not the greatest defensive first baseman, kind of smothers that ball, ticks away, ends up getting the out, but the run scored. I think a better first baseman, Benny, picks that ball, slaps the bag, throws to second, maybe gets a double play there. Wasn't able to do it. So again, man, they fought hard. They got that win. They earned. Jesse said it. They earned that split last night. And yeah, man, I think you look at this team and certainly we all know we've beaten the dead horse over and over about the offense, the lack of production. But when you can get some home runs, I mean, I know they're solo shots right now. When you get some of those guys and I texted somebody last night. I said, we got to be the worst team with runners in scoring position. We're not. Not runners in scoring position, bases loaded. We're not. We're better than, I think, 6 other teams. So we're near the bottom. Better than the Phillies with the bases loaded, which surprised me. But yeah, man, when getting the sacks jacked and not being able to capitalize is pretty tough right now. And it does put a ton of pressure on you to come in and get it done again.
I think the reason for that, I mean, there's obviously multiple reasons that go into it, but it's not because the Padres players aren't clutch. It's because the guys who get on and load the bases are the middle of the lineup. So then what happens? Who's up?
The bottom.
When then the bases are loaded. All the good players have already hit, and you're left with your 8 and 9 hitters who are, the worst in baseball, that are producing nothing for you. Whoever you're putting in there, whether it's the catcher, whether it's Trenton Brooks, whether it's Bryce Johnson, you've just got so little production, and so many times those guys end up with guys on base. And by the way, that's a strategy other teams are using. Why give anything good to hit? Walk a couple of those guys in the middle of the order. Yeah. They're not going to do damage at the bottom of the order.
Such a good point.
It's why A.J. Preller must upgrade the lineup, before the trade deadline. He's almost been fortunate not to suffer even more consequences from the lack of production that he's gotten at the bottom of his order. The fact the Padres are still 7 games above 500, despite having just 0 contributions from the 8 and 9 slots almost all season, kind of lucky for him.
Yeah, and Captain in the chat says, no, the top had their chances too.
They
don't polish. They did, and they have, and there's no question. The team needs to be better with runners in scoring position. But yeah, I was impressed by the dub. I'm always impressed by our bullpen. Adrian Morahone, has been phenomenal. And you thought he was going to break a little bit there, and he didn't. He was fantastic.
So Adrian Morahone impressed me again, and he had to get out of 2 situations. He had to get out of Randy Vasquez's jam in the 5th, and then his own, which was a bloop single and a walk, but still had to get out of it. And there was a moment when Ruben Niebla went to the mound and was talking to him. And in the past, in his first few years in the big leagues, you looked at Adrian Morahone, and he had that little deer in headlights, looked kind of nervous and twitchy out there.
Almost a little distant, too.
Yeah.
Like he's paying attention, but he's not really looking you in the eye.
He looked both confident, calm, and locked in when he was just deep breath, like, got this. And it was so cool to see the growth of a guy who, we wondered, he's got a great arm, but does he have the 10-cent head? Is he ever going to figure it out? And to watch his growth to where he is now, one of my favorite things about watching baseball is see a player figure it out and get it the way that Adrian Morahone has this season.
We always had, we've had Eno Saris on this show for a few years now, one of our favorite guests on Thursdays. And Eno has been saying for years, no, Morahone. And we would hang up the phone and be like, freaking Eno and this Adrian Morahone love. And it was always in him. It was always in him. The stuff was always there. And credit and kudos to the Padres for being patient with him and finding the role for him. He's fantastic, man. We're dead and buried without him. So many of these guys in the back end of the bullpen. But Adrian Morahone really is a standout for this team this year and gotten us out of some huge jams.
Jason Adam, of course, gave up a run, but, held on to the lead when he came in. And don't forget, Arizona's lineup they're good. They're good hitters in that lineup. Estrada looked great again. He had that little blip a few weeks ago, but he's been locked in the last couple of times out. And then Robert Suarez, the 1-2-3 ninth inning for his 27th save of the season. And they officially have a nickname. AJ Cassaville said, we're rolling with it now. Mike Shildt used the phrase, the Four Horsemen.
Four Horsemen. Oh,
and now they're sticking with it.
I like it.
You're going to probably be seeing that a lot going forward.
Remember
the Four Horsemen of the Padres bullpen.
Remember when it used to be ass? I like this one better. The Four Horsemen.
Adam
Scott
Suarez last year. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Now it's the Four Horsemen.
Yeah, I like that.
Does that shortchange anybody else in the bullpen? I don't really care.
I don't care. I like these 4.
Mike Shildt uses them.
6, 7, 8, 9.
They're clearly the guys.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a guy. They are the guys in the Padres bullpen. Just the problem is you can't use them every single day. And now you're going to have to figure out a way to win some games without those guys every once in a while. Because when you use them, the formula has been fantastic. You get a lead, 1 or 2 runs, you bring those guys in, 95% of the time, they've gotten the job done.
Great work by Jackson Merrill to be extremely patient at the plate. Did not look like he was particularly pleased with any of those walks. He wants to hit his way out of it, but integral to the success of the team is Jackson Merrill, better quality of at-bats, and he gave you that last night.
That was step 1. You can't walk your way out of a slump.
Got to crawl before you walk.
You can force pitchers to give you better pitches to hit.
100%. If I'm not going to chase.
Which then helps you get out of a slump later.
I loved it. He hated it. We loved it.
Also got some good news yesterday from one Michael King next on The Fan. I caught a quick side there from Matt Scraby in his promo. But, yeah, it is true. Manny Machado is going to join Gwen and Chris this afternoon.
Don't know what time yet.
No, I think they have to play that by ear. They're going to get him from down at Petco Park ahead of Game 1 of the series against the Philadelphia Phillies. So stay tuned, as they say, to your local channels.
Keep tuned, as you say.
Keep tuned.
Keep tuned, yeah.
No doubt the best news we've gotten from Michael King since he went out with his pinched nerve yesterday at Petco Park. Welcome back, hour number 2. We're going to play some Take on Woods here in a couple of minutes as well. In fact, if you want to get online, a chance to qualify for our grand prize trip to Las Vegas, start calling in the next couple of minutes. We'll play like at 7:10 in about 10 minutes from now, 833-288-0973. There is a bit of a discrepancy, though, between the optimism level of manager Mike Shildt and also what Michael King was saying directly to reporters yesterday. Let's first play what Mike Shildt had to say.
Was Shildt slow playing it?
I think a little bit.
Okay, I like that.
A little bit.
I think that's his job.
Here's what he had to say.
Can you give us an update on Michael King, how he's doing, and also Joe Musgrove, if you don't mind?
Yeah, Michael's in his, since the last update, still continues to be very favorable. And last update was the most favorable we've had. And the favorability is based on consistency and being able to take the next steps. And it starts with being pain-free, which Michael is, continuing to get and maintain and increase his strength, continuing to be able to go out and throw and increase the intensity and the distance of his throws. So all these things are taking place with Michael. He got on the mound yesterday. Didn't mean he threw a bullpen, but he threw off a slope, which is encouraging. And now we're getting to put together a calendar that says this is the progression that gets him back to pitching for the Padres. So all those are big, big milestones relative to where he's been and what he's been dealing with. But he still has some ground to cover.
So that to me sounds cautiously optimistic from the skipper, right?
Sure. Which is, again, his job, I think, is to temper enthusiasm.
Right. Now, Michael King, when he spoke with reporters, gave, I would say, a much rosier view of where he is.
Which is what a player almost always does, I think.
He characterized his session. He said, yes, I was supposed to kind of throw off a slope, not a real bullpen. But he said, I felt so good, I ramped it up and turned it into more of a full bullpen session, throwing most of his pitches up to 91 with his fastball. He wasn't going like all out.
Yeah.
But I mean, he averages like 93. So he was almost back to his full velocity already. And then later he said, oh, I feel 100% healthy.
Oh, wow.
He said, I'm good to go. I just need to build myself back up.
Yes.
Because, you can't just jump right into 6 innings after you haven't pitched in a month. So he feels like he is now at that point where he's just trying to map out how quickly he can get back to the mound. And when asked about the timeline, someone brought up the fact that August 20th is the Michael King bobblehead giveaway game against the Giants. And he said, oh, I'll be back well before that.
Oh,
and
I love
he
that.
Emphatically said that would be very late for August 20th. He thinks he'll be back well before that, which makes me think probably, early August is what he's looking at for a timeline now to return to the Padres rotation.
Good. I mean, absolutely needed and important. And we don't go really anywhere without Michael King coming back and being, the ace type pitcher that he has proven himself to be the last couple of seasons, Ben. So that's phenomenal news.
He told Kevin Acee that he says, I'm what they call a type A personality.
Yeah.
When I got hurt before the training staff even laid out a rehab, I wrote out my own program before the training room even did, brought it to them and said, you can use this as a guideline. And they said, okay, that's kind of aggressive. Maybe we can meet in the middle a little bit here. You don't want to push yourself too fast, too quickly, which is probably why you hear the tempered expectations from Mike Shildt. He's listening to Mark Rogo and Ricky Huerta and Ben Fraser, and they're kind of saying, hey, yeah, he's doing well, but let's not bring him along too quickly here. We want him good for the rest of the season. And Michael's like, give me back to the mound. Give me back to the mound. I'm ready to go.
He loves to compete.
Now, the other just small part of this equation is that Sheila, his wife, very, very, very pregnant. like
extremely
any day now.
And Gavin Sheets' wife as well. They're all.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, they're both about to have their first children.
I saw they have the same due date.
Gavin,
Oh, wow.
I believe Gavin is having a girl, and Michael and Sheila are going to be surprised. You're right. I mean, if it could happen, like Sunday, Monday would be fantastic.
Well, for Michael King, he's not going to be pitching. It doesn't matter. For Gavin Sheets,
yeah, it'd be great.
Sunday afternoon, Sunday night.
Sunday afternoon, Sunday night would be great. About 2 a.m. Monday morning.
Gives you 4 days to adjust to being a dad, and then
back to work, babe. I'll see you later.
And then I'm off the road. He's on the road for 2 weeks after that.
That would be so brutal.
After Sunday, we won't see them until the last 3 days of the month.
That is bananas. Where do we go after this? So it's All-Star break.
Nationals, Marlins, Cardinals.
Okay.
Nationals, Marlins, Cardinals.
All right.
East Coast trip.
I mean, that would suck. Having a brand new baby at home, and you're like, I literally have to pack and go. I have to leave. I'm very sorry.
For 12 days.
For 12 days.
Or whatever it is.
I love you. I really do. I love you so much. I'll see you in 12 days. 2 weeks almost.
Baseball players, athletes, male athletes, when they have a pregnant wife or a newborn baby, like you're just paying for whatever peace and happiness you can garner, right?
Also the anxiety of, oh God, is it? Oh, it's right in the middle. Oh, it's right in the middle of the season. Oh boy, that panic that you feel.
Like I have to imagine, I'm like, if you have, athlete money, and your baby is born, and like literally 3 days later, you're like, I'm gone for the next 2 weeks. The way I'm wired, at least
you can't pay your way out of that doghouse. You can't pay enough.
But I'm going to try.
But
I'm going to try.
Paulie doesn't necessarily realize this, but Woods and I do. You're useless as a dad. For the first,
I get that,
but
you still feel.
Few weeks,
but you're there to take care of her.
You're there for support, but as a caregiver, you are useless.
But you're there to make sure she's comfortable.
Gavin Sheets doesn't have, Manny money or something, but I'm still like, I will pay to have somebody in this house with you alongside, like the entire time. They will help you. They will get you like time to rest.
Well, by the second one, she'll be like, good, get your ass out on the road. You are unnecessary. Remember when I cut my paternity a week short. She's like, get out of the house, leave me alone, come back when you're off the air. Then that's what I did. Because
if you're lucky enough, if you're a new mom, if you're lucky enough to have like your own mom close and a good relationship, they're much more helpful than the husband could
much
ever be.
More. I tried. I really did. I'm very happy for them, both of them. Fatherhood's an incredible journey.
So ultimately, though, that is extremely good news for the San Diego Padres for the second half of the season. They're going to have to weather a little bit longer, obviously, without Michael King. But Yu Darvish is going to start again tomorrow, which was good news. He came out of the first start feeling good, so he'll be back on the mound tomorrow. Nick Pivetta will get the start on Sunday to wrap up the first half of the season. And welcome back Ryan Bergert, who returns from the injured list after taking the line drive off of his forearm, spent the minimum time there, and is going to be back and make the start tonight in the series opener against the Philadelphia Phillies. Padres are going against three nasty starting pitchers in this series. They've caught some breaks. They missed Paul Skeens twice. They have caught some breaks.
They've also have not caught some breaks.
They've also faced, as we have talked to with some of our guests,
like yesterday,
like letters to AJ. They have faced some nasty pitchers, and they're getting three of the toughest starting pitchers in the National League back to back to back in this series against the Phillies. I think the mental side of this weekend is going to be really important. Which team can avoid looking ahead to the All-Star break? Which team can really focus in? Because you're at home. You can take 2 out of 3 from the Phillies. Even if you play sharp baseball, you push across a couple of runs here and there, you get some good pitching performances. There's no reason the Padres can't win this series. But, hey, if you get shut down by Wheeler and Sanchez like you did in Philly, and then Ranger Suarez might be even better than the other two guys has been so far. His numbers are also outstanding. He's going tonight. The Phillies have a chance to come in and really send us to the All-Star break on a low note. So this is a big series starting. This is another big series starting tonight.
Yeah, Viva Padre says this is the Phillies playoff rotation. It's wild, too, because they also have Jesus Luzardo, who's racking up strikeouts at an alarming rate. How do they lose a game? Like, what's their problem?
The bullpen has been rough, and as you mentioned, they haven't been good with runners in scoring
Yeah.
position.
Yeah. Oh, warmest congratulations to our friends Chris and Charisma. They have.
Yesterday was supposed to be the day.
It's 2 days ago. Just put in the YouTube chat. Summer Doherty, born 1:27 a.m., 6.9 pounds,
Today. Wow.
nice, and 19 inches. Warmest congratulations to Chris and Charisma, a couple of our most loyal tier ones. She was in the hospital bed yesterday with her iPad up watching Ben and Woods, and it warmed my heart so much. So welcome to the planet, the universe, Summer Doherty. You have amazing parents. Congrats
Now,
to
is
you
it
guys.
summer because she was born in the summer?
By the way, Summer Doherty, SD. That's not a coincidence.
Elite.
That is not a coincidence.
If only there was like a baseball team around that had like SD
Wouldn't
all
that
over their
be
logo.
so cool?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You buy hats like
Yeah.
with the initials right there on it.
So good. So good. Welcome to the summer.
Maybe they'll grow up alongside Gavin Sheets and Michael King's kids.
You never
and
know.
They'll be like best friends for life.
You never know.
That would mean Michael King's here for a long time, which I would be very much
That
in
would be
favor
cool.
of.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right. We
ready?
got a contestant on the line a little early today. Let's play some Take on Woods. Early edition of Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Scott on line 1. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning.
All right, you ready to play our game?
I think I am.
All right, I got 2 pieces of news for you. First of all, just for playing, yes, you are winning a $50 Better Buzz gift card. My Coffee Place, make it yours this summer with their Summer Flings menu. Try all their new menu items, including the coconut best drink ever. Check them out online at betterbuzzcoffee.com for a location near you. Also, if you can beat or tie Woods in our 5 questions of musical trivia, you'll qualify for our grand prize drawing trip to Las Vegas, Park MGM 2 nights, 2 tickets to Motley Crue on September 19th, and a $100 gas card. Get your tickets to Motley Crue September 12th through October 3rd at Ticketmaster.com. All right, business out of the way. It is time to pick your category. Here are your 3 choices, Scott. Pops music. Those are 5 song titles with the word Papa. In the mood. Those are song titles that begin with the phrase in the. And then our mystery category, which is the 2-second song, the 1-word title, and it will appear in all the other song titles. So a little different, but definitely gettable. So which one do you like? Pops music, in the mood, or the mystery category?
I just became a new papa, so people will be upset if I didn't pick that one.
Everyone becoming a new papa. Congratulations. Let's do it. All right.
What a
Today we
day.
have 5 songs and artists that all include the word Papa. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question's that 2-second song. Give me the song title and the artist to score that point. Scott, are you ready to play?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. 60 seconds on the clock. Category is Pops music. Your time begins
Hang on
when
1 second.
your time begins when Paul gets ready.
I'm not quite ready yet.
Well, just wait. You can just wait.
There we go.
All right. Scotty, you good to go? Paul, you good to
I'm
go?
ready now.
All right, let's do this. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Scott. Let's take on Woods.
Papa's got a brand new bag, James Brown.
Correct. Which classic American folk group produced iconic songs like 1963's California Dreamin'?
Mama's and the Papas.
Correct. Which 1986 song from her True Blue album saw Madonna deal with themes of teenage pregnancy?
Papa Don't Preach.
Correct. Originally recorded by Undisputed Truth in 1972, which all-time Motown classic reached #1 on the charts and won 3 Grammys for The Temptations.
Papa was the Rolling Stone.
Correct. Formed in Vacaville, California, which rock band is known for early 2000s songs like Last Resort and Scars.
Papa Roach.
Oh, and that is a 5 for 5. You've got the Better Buzz. You're qualified for Las Vegas. Congratulations, Scott. Hang on the line,
Well
Paul.
done.
You'll get all your information. Now it's just a matter of whether Woods can tie that. Hello, Woods. Hello. Problem is soundproof, so no matter how
I know.
much we yell, he can't hear us because it's
Just
soundproof.
gotta hope you look up at some point.
Not looking at your phone. All right, Scott's score is locked in. Woods does this without the category. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Scott.
James Brown, Papa got a brand new bag.
Correct. Which classic American folk group produced iconic songs like 1963's California Dreamin'?
Mamas and the Papas.
Correct. Which 1986 song from her True Blue album saw Madonna deal with themes of teenage pregnancy?
Papa don't preach.
Correct. Originally recorded by Undisputed Truth in 1972, which all-time Motown classic reached number 1 on the charts and won 3 Grammys for The Temptations.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Correct. Formed in Vacaville, California, which rock band is known for early 2000 songs like Last Resort and Scars.
Cut my life into pieces. It's Papa Roach.
It is, and we have a perfect 5-5 score today.
Remember Ben Roach?
Well done.
You guys remember Ben Roach?
Ben Roach was
one of my favorite things that we've ever done.
This is my last resort.
Suffocation. No breathing. Don't give a poop if I cut my arm bleeding. Ben Roach was incredible. It was an incredible piece of radio history.
That category was called Pops Music.
How that wasn't submitted by Adam for a Marconi Award is beyond me. It's beyond me. So brilliant. Maybe when you're gone, we'll revisit it.
Please.
We don't have like a throwback Thursday, but
it'll come up at some point.
I just want to hear it at some point.
All right. Way to end the week with a
5-5.
perfect 5-5 score.
Who was I
Scott
playing against? Scott.
Yeah, he nailed it.
Nice work, dude.
All right, we've got Don't Do This is coming up next.
Oh, I've got a little fireworks mishap in the NFL. I could have gone way worse.
And I've got a breach of tennis etiquette, or maybe just someone who is kind of petulant on the tennis court. We'll get to all that coming up next after a check of traffic. Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3. The Fan. First, though, I'm going to tell you about SDFatLoss.com. So I'm about to go on my vacation. And I told you about the food on my vacation. I did this vacation 2 years ago while I was on the SDFatLoss.com program. Had a couple of cheat days. I still lost 40 pounds in 60 days. They want you to know that you can still live your life, have your summer, and lose weight at the same time by following the great doctor-developed strategies at SDFatLoss.com. Your coach is going to keep you on track, even if you slip here or there. It's okay. They understand. It's life. They know you're eating real food, like steak and chicken stuff from the grocery store, not bars or shakes or mixes. You're not taking injections. It is sustainable. It changes the way you kind of think about food. I adjusted in a few days. I got through it. I lost the weight. I've kept the weight off for 2 years. You can do it as well. So many dear ones out there have lost so much weight with SDFatLoss.com. Just set up your free consultation by going to their website. Again, SDFatLoss.com. Take advantage of the summer special. Get $200 off. Do it the way I did it. Right now, it'll still be warm in 2 months. You can enjoy the end of summer as a new you by going to SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Got the legend himself, Darren Smith, coming up at the bottom of the hour. First, though, it is time for Don't Do This, brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com. This is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. I think that Don't Do This in this story, and I'm starting at Wimbledon.
Oh, yes.
Where they are playing the men's semifinals right now.
I've watched way more Wimbledon this year than I thought I would. Yes. It's on at the gym and when I'm on the treadmill, so I get like a good 30 minutes before my workout. And I've really enjoyed it.
I used to watch more tennis. I played in high school.
So much tennis when I was a kid.
Me too.
I haven't watched as much.
I love to play tennis, but I just I forget to watch it. And when I do put it on every once in a while, you can't try it. Right. Sit down, and
try to
see
walk
if you
away.
can not walk away in 5 minutes. Like you're going to be there for a little while because you get hooked and you can't stop watching.
Right now, my fellow Torrey Pines Falcon Taylor Fritz is even at one game apiece or one set apiece against defending champion Carlos Alcaraz in the first men's semifinal. But the Don't Do This story comes from yesterday's women's semifinal, where 12 Amanda Anisimova pulled off a huge upset, knocked off top-ranked Arina Sabalenka in 3 sets. And I was going, I haven't heard of Anisimova. What Eastern European country is she from? She's from Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah, born in Jersey, grew up in Florida. She's American.
Right.
And she's trying to become the first American since Serena, I believe, to win Wimbledon. And she's into the final. But during her match, now you tell me what you think. If you've played tennis, Paul, you played tennis. I don't know if you know this. So during one of the points, I think it was 4-2 in the second set, and it was break point, and Anisimova goes for her, her passing shot, and it clips the tape, the net,
top of the net,
and rolls over, bounces in for a winner. And she's like, yes! I mean, huge moment in the match to go up 5-2, like pivotal. She's going to close it out because of that, essentially. And she kind of turns around. They finish the match. After it's over, Sabalenka goes up to her, and she's like, why didn't you apologize when your ball hit the tape and went in for a winner? You're supposed to I mean, some will say in tennis, if you do that, like accidentally it hits the net for a winner, you're supposed to kind of sheepishly give, sorry, my bad, wasn't trying to do that. It's like, it's a known thing in tennis, but this is not recreational tennis at the country club. This is the Wimbledon semifinals.
Yeah, I can't claim to know much about tennis. I played varsity tennis for 1 year in high school nearly 20 years ago. I don't ever remember being told that. That was not a thing.
It's not one of those unwritten tennis rules.
At least not at the amateur high school.
It is an unwritten tennis rule, sort of, but
it's not filtered down to the high school level.
I think it's like
for me.
I think it's like the Tatis, don't swing at a 3-0 pitch.
Right.
It was a rule, but it was kind of a dumb one.
Right. Like I didn't grow up going to tennis lessons or anything like that.
I'm not going to apologize for getting a point.
Yeah, why would you ever apologize? You didn't do anything on purpose wrong or unethical.
See, Gator in the chat says he was told that in high school.
No kidding.
Yeah, I guess it all. Yeah.
Okay,
I was not familiar with that.
Just give it the courtesy. My bad.
My bad.
She didn't get the courtesy. I mean,
she was excited.
It's Wimbledon.
I mean, it's Wimbledon.
She's
you
get
never been
lucky
this far.
there. Oh, yeah. Nobody's intentionally doing that. Man,
can you imagine?
Tennis players are sensitive. I had no idea.
Jay Cronenworth hits a lot. Gets
Duck
sawed
fart.
off,
Yeah.
a broken bat, but it flies over the second baseman's head for a bloop single, and I steal the pitcher. My bad. Sorry, my bad.
Never.
Wasn't trying to do that. My bad.
No, it's a line drive in the books every single time. This was an interesting story. Listen, fireworks, 4th of July, you got to be careful. We all know what happened to Jason Pierre-Paul. I mean, we got blew his hand off. Every year, when you're lighting fireworks, I don't anymore. I used to a lot. It's amazing. I didn't blow off an appendage here or there in all my time dabbling with fireworks. You never lit any off, did you?
No,
never once.
I'm scared of fire and explosives.
I get it. Well, brand new Chargers running back Najee Harris sustained an eye injury after a fireworks mishap at a July 4th event. His agent told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Thursday, said the injury was superficial. He is expected to be ready for the upcoming NFL season, but man, I'd say he dodged a bullet there, dude.
I don't now. Maybe he did, but
maybe he did.
There are stories. I mean, that have rumors that have been going out that the agent is downplaying this. Apparently, he's had to make multiple trips to the hospital already for the superficial injury. Someone's in critical condition from this same accident. Is it possible that they don't want to let how bad it's getting out? I mean, I don't know.
Oh my God! Yeah, one person lost his fingers in the accident,
and someone's saying that Najee lost his eye.
But
we'll see.
God.
I mean, that's unsubstantiated.
You just said
did not mean that is a pun.
He'll see.
I've heard Najee Harris pretty good dude.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm not a Charger lover at any point. You don't want to see a guy get hurt in a fireworks accident, but it is a reminder about how dangerous it is.
Man, it would be. Somebody said, somebody tweeted, Najee Harris has played every single game since he's been in the NFL. Day one with the Chargers blows up.
Saw a funny tweet this week. It said, apparently my unemployed neighbor with an unlimited fireworks budget wanted to wish everybody a happy 9th of July.
Yeah. The first year I can remember, I didn't hear any. Not one.
It's wild now. Being in San Diego for almost 20 years, where you don't get to shoot off fireworks.
No, it's not a fireworks
I grew up
town.
in a different part of the country where you could go to any corner in your town, fireworks stand, you can buy stuff, you can go out in your front yard or out on the street and shoot them off. Saw a buddy of mine on the East Coast in South Carolina. It was like 7 p.m. on the 4th of July, and it looked like they were just out in their driveway shooting off a bunch of crazy fireworks. And I'm like, looks like they're having fun, looked like they were safe. And I go, that is such a far-fetched idea now to somebody on the West Coast.
Big
You're
time.
Like, the whole city
I'm not trying to burn the city down.
And then, like, you grew up in Seattle where it's really wet and rainy.
Yeah, you go to the end of a dock
you're
and
fine.
shoot them all
In
off.
San Diego, it's not so much the safety of the people, it's our own safety when you launch one into dry brush and the winds kick up and you burn half the city down.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't do it.
Please. I like the drone shows anyway now. I'm seeing these drone shows are making appearances, and then they look, fireworks are cool. Drone shows are cooler. They're cooler. They're quiet.
I would be in favor of getting rid of fireworks entirely.
Some people just like the dangerous aspect.
Yeah,
that's what they're attracted to.
I used to love buying those big old shells and having a ball, but didn't burn anything down.
Finally, do this.
DD mega do.
And we're actually a little bit behind, but we really should call out relief pitcher Jason Adam for something cool that he is doing this season. They wrote about it in the UT. I saw players wearing his t-shirts, the strikeout child abuse t-shirts. He had all the teammates in them, but the details are really great. Jason Adam is donating for every strikeout, and strikes out a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
$1,250 for every strikeout to Olive Crest, which is a Southern California nonprofit dedicated to preventing child abuse. He told the UT, makes the strikeouts a little bit sweeter. Obviously, in the game, I'm always going for a strikeout. But when I'm able to look back on the season, maybe the halfway point, be like, hey, you know what? That added some help and hopefully helps a kid in the time of need. He's racking up the strikeouts. He's going to the All-Star game, and he's giving back to the community here in San Diego, even though he's been here less than a year. Remember, they didn't acquire him until this month last year, and trying to make a good citizen of Southern California and doing some good here.
Always appreciate it when guys do that and give back to the community.
By the way, if you like Jason Adam, go check out the interview that our Braden Soprano did with Jason Adam. Went down, met him in the dugout interview at Petco Park, and talked a little bit more about Jason going to the All-Star game and his career and being here with the San Diego Padres. You can check that out on the Odyssey app.
Excellent.
And that is Don't and Do This for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
And of course, at some point later today, Manny Machado on a Friar Friday. We got Mike Shildt coming up at 9 o'clock today with our manager's report. First, though, we will talk Padres. We will talk SDFC with one of the voices of San Diego FC, Darren Smith, going to join us for his weekly chat. That is coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
You know all the words.
Yes.
Woods knows all the words.
All of them.
This hour 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Got Darren Smith going to join us here. I was down.
Speaking of staples, Darren Smith, a staple.
He is a staple.
In San Diego radio history.
I was down at Singing Hills for a story this week. I was actually covering the little kids playing golf at the Junior World, but that's where the training facilities are for SDFC. And so I was over at the driving range at the golf course, and you're hitting balls right toward the practice fields and the facility. And they've got giant nets to protect everything, but there's signs that they put up, and they say, hitting balls over the net will result in a swift penalty kick from SDFC.
Yeah, kick you right in the nuts, dude.
They're trying to be nice about it, but like, don't try to sky one into our soccer players over here.
Please don't. That's it's a very San Diego injury to happen. You know, Chucky Lozano gets domed by your Titleist right in the eye or something.
Exactly.
Forget it.
Yeah, be careful with those guys. They're working hard.
Yeah,
out
they're
on
working
the
hard. They're
pitch.
playing great. In
Training out there, and they got a big game tomorrow in Chicago. We will talk with Darren about it right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Got a vehicle fire southbound 5 right before the 15. It's over to the right shoulder. And speaking of the 15, crash on the Valley Parkway on-ramp to southbound 15. Further down, looks like they cleared that accident out of the HOV lane at Miramar Road. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So as someone who has, grown up in San Diego cheering for our sports teams, dying more than living with them over 50 years.
Yes.
There's a part of me, and I wonder if a lot of San Diegans feel this way about SDFC. It can't be this easy, right? It just can't be this easy. First season, top of the table, everything just going so well for the team. Finally, a little hiccup last Saturday when it looked like they were going to pull out another come-from-behind win, got the goal late to break the 2-2 tie. They were up 3-2, and then boom, boom, penalty kick in like the 87th minute, and then stoppage time goal as they lose to Houston Dynamo 4-3. Still top of the table, but at least something that the team needs to now overcome going forward. As Darren Smith, one of the voices of SDFC, and our friend joins us here on 97.3 The Fan. You knew some sort of setback was coming, right, Darren, at some point?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Nobody can make it look that easy. You're always going to face a little bit of adversity. And it's even something that Mikey Vadas had said a bunch of times too. He's like, hey, listen, things are not going well. They're going to turn. Things are going really well. We're going to hit a patch of adversity. So he knew it. I'm sorry. I'm also distracted. I'm thinking about how SDFC would describe that injury to Chucky Lozano.
Right.
They probably just would tell us it was an upper body injury.
Yeah,
upper body. Chucky Lozano, unavailable.
Yeah, smoked in the forehead with a golf ball from some hardo trying to launch it onto the field. Which, listen,
here's your injury report. Chucky Lozano had upper body injury. Yeah, but I think the thing is, if you're going to hit a bit of adversity, at least make it entertaining. Right?
Yeah,
like, that was really an entertaining game.
Yes,
I had friends that went for the first time. They're like, hey, listen, nothing against you, nothing against them. We want them to win. But I'd rather walk out of this building having lost 4-3 than winning 1-0. So,
no doubt.
They were really excited. They thought it was really an exciting game, and there were some things that I think that were pretty clearly, that were easy to diagnose what the situation was. It wasn't anything systemic. There was a couple of mistakes made, and so it gave Mikey something to do. It gave him the opportunity as a coach to say, hey, listen, this isn't easy. We're always going to hit these kind of rough patches here, and we got to go back. We got to work hard. We're not as great as everybody says we are. So it was really like a perfect way. If you're going to hit a speed bump, it was the perfect way to do it because it gives the coach something to zone in on. And you still don't really lose any ground because you're still on the top of the Western Conference standing.
Coaches are so weird, too, to a man, right? I think, and sometimes when we talk to Shildt after a big win, I'm like, what's the matter? And then like after a loss, he's like, what? Everything's great. And it's maybe it's how they cope. Maybe it's just part of their human nature. How did Mikey respond with the team and to you guys after such a kind of a gutting loss?
Yeah, I think he was ticked. I think he was ticked right afterwards. I always try to read the body language, listen to the tone, right? How is he saying what it is that he's saying? We all do this sort of stuff when it comes to the coaches in the different sports. And I think he was ticked because they had the 3 points. They were up 3-2 at home. And you just shouldn't lose that. You shouldn't lose that whether you lose it, comically or whether you lose it, just because the other team puts it together for a few minutes, right? Like you should never do that. And I think it really ticked them off that they just, that they kicked away 3 points in that one. But we had a chance to chat with him during the week, and he seemed to be fine. I think, like I said, it gave him an opportunity to say, there are things that we still need to be better at. As much as we're on the top of all the power rankings and people are patting us on the back and all that. It gave him, just gave him something to do. And the players, I think, understood that too. Like, they were around there. They weren't, like the spirit was high, like the energy at training this week when they weren't, evading golf balls, and shots off the practice tee. Like they were good. Like the energy was really high. So I think they're going to bounce back well tomorrow in Chicago.
One thing that impressed me again about Mikey Varas on Thursday, he's a man of conviction. He believes in the system that they've installed because one of the reporters who was asking him questions was not trying to goad him, but he was going like, hey, when you get a 3-2 lead late, do what other soccer teams do, go into a big shell and protect it.
Yeah.
And Mikey was going, but we want to keep adding on. We're up 3-2. We want to get to 4-2. And that's just the way we are built. And yes, occasionally it will cost us because we're being too aggressive. But guess what? I think that means we're then in better position to bounce back and come back from deficits when we do give up the lead. He is not going to change who he is and who he wants his team to be based on one bad result like last Saturday, Darren.
And he got rewarded a couple of weeks back, right, in Dallas when they, play a game less than 72 hours after a previous game in Canada. And they're down early, and then they come back and they get to 2-2 late, and a lot of coaches would shut it down there, and they would play that style. But not them. He said it well. If he's got one, he wants two. If he's got two, he wants three. And, a lot of coaches would have said, okay, we got level here. We're having a great stretch. We picked up 2 wins. This would be 3 straight matches away. We could pick up 7 points and go home. And everybody on planet Earth would tell us how great we are. But instead, he kept pushing for it, and they got a 96-minute winner. So, it's going to reward them, and they're willing to put up with the mistakes or the times where it's not going to work out in order for them to just continue playing their style. And I really like that about them. They are uncompromising in how it is they're going to play. And Mikey called it early on the season, like second, third of the week. He's like, listen, you guys are going to keep asking me a version of the same question, and I'm going to keep telling you the same answer. We are not going to change the way that we play. This is how we play. It might not be for everybody, but it's for us.
It's an interesting thing about soccer, and because a win is worth 3 points and a draw is not worth 1.5. It's worth 1. So it's essentially so much more valuable to win. How do you think that would change like baseball? Let's say you got 3 points if you won by 3 or more runs, but just 1 point if you won by like 1 or 2. It would change the entire strategy of the game, wouldn't it? Like games would be completely different if they had a different sort of standings, a table system like soccer does. That's a really important factor that coaches have to think about. It's not simply win, tie, loss. It's 3 points, 1 point, 0 points.
Imagine trying to do that math over 162 games.
God, oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I struggle with 34.
Oh my God.
I'm a mess. I'm a total disaster using every digit and notepad that I have. But you are right. And I think that even as an overall philosophy, it's not even just match by match or game by game. It becomes an overall philosophy, which is what? Like you want to win most of your games at home and you want to play 500 on the road. And a lot of these coaches in soccer, they're risk adverse and they just feel like, hey, what I have to do in order to protect my own employment and, what I think is a winning strategy for me to try to build a playoff team is to often just play for draws on the road, which is why I go back to the interview that you guys had with Mikey months ago when you asked him, Ben, would he ever play for a draw? And he snapped. He's like, never. Not me. Not going to do it.
Love it.
Not what we're about. And I love that too. I like my European soccer club is built that way. Like they don't want to do it. They just want to keep going for goals. Cost them a spot in the Champions League final, but that's the style that they play. That's the style that SBSC plays, and I dig it. I like having a unique identity like that you don't look cookie cutter like some of these other boring coaches.
It's crazy how process oriented, sports are. Baseball being one of the biggest one. I mean, stick to the process, trust the process. It will work. Football, obviously a big trust the process sport as well. Basketball, yeah, they got a process, but there's a lot of jazz in there as well. They're improvising. Baseball, man, and baseball players, D. Smith, you know this. Hey, when things are going well and I'm hitting the cover off the ball, I may not need 2 hours grinding off the tee. In fact, I probably don't. And you watch what's like the struggles Jackson Merrill, and you can see that kid grinding through it so hard. Never failed at anything in his life, right? Guaranteed. And to watch him up there, and last night I thought was a good stepping stone. Didn't get any knocks, but man, he laid off some high cheese, took 3 walks. I mean, that's beneficial for the team. Do you think he's getting closer to busting out of it?
Yeah, and I think, this is where it really helps these guys to be around somebody like Manny, right? Because Manny is straight off the assembly line when it comes to that mentality of baseball.
Yep.
When Manny's going good, sure, he might smile a little bit more. He might joke around with Kevin Acee, but he, for the most part, it's the same guy.
Same
and
dude.
when it's not going well, might be a little bit frustrated. But you talk about a guy who's process-oriented, who's been the same dude. You could put on tape. You could see the same exact thing that you saw, whether he was wearing an Orioles cap, Padre hat, whatever. Like, that's the guy that you always hold up and go, that is what a baseball player looks like right there. So I'm glad Jackson Merrill's into this second season and he's got somebody like that. I wish more guys would turn to Manny and say, like, listen, let's just take our cues from that dude about how it is that he just keeps the flow, keeps it going, levels his head out. Like it never, it's never the cliche of the too high. Like I love that so much about Manny. Are there things that people don't like about Manny, including me? Sure. But like that, like in terms of his just the whole approach to the sport, I don't know that there's like anybody better that I've seen than that guy at doing that.
In some ways, Fernando Tatis Jr. is the diametric opposite of Manny Machado.
Emotional guy.
He is a very aware. You can see all of his struggles when he's struggling, but when he's going well, and we saw a taste of it last night, he can electrify not just a team, not just a ball, but he can electrify a city when he is going well, which is something you kind of need. Also, I wonder, do you think Mike Shildt, AJ Preller want to coach him into being more like Manny, or do you not want to break that
Be yourself,
stallion that the way he is just that's how he's built and just roll with it? And sometimes you have to go through those down periods with him.
I think what Woodsy said, I think you gotta, you let guys be their authentic selves. I mean, can you tweak some things? Can you maybe remind them every once in a while that your body language maybe impacts other people? Like maybe that's a conversation that you can have, but we've all been around enough coaches and players through the years to know these dudes sniff out a fraud and a fake real quick.
Yeah.
You know, this is the sport where it happens more than anywhere else because of the amount of time that y'all spend with one another. So that's a real good way to, you know, just have nobody believe in you or have everybody turn against you, is to go in there and be somebody that you're not. I mean, doesn't mean you can't make some you know, a couple of changes to your overall disposition. I think we all would agree. Maybe that's part of the conversation with Fernando, but you know, for the most part, I mean, he is an emotional guy. Like, I wish we would see more of the good emotions last night. You know, so hopefully, you know, we get to see him do his thing. But like, yeah, you know, you got to be who you are in this sport. Otherwise, you know, dudes are just going to turn on you real quick.
Couple more minutes before the hard out, top of the hour. Darren Smith joins us here on Ben and Woods this morning. You know, he hates the term roller coaster, and if he's listening, I won't use it in our interview, Shilty.
Hey,
the up, down, win one, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss.
It's a kiddie coaster.
It's a kiddie coaster. Yeah, it's like the little caterpillar at the fair. But you know, it is what it is at this point. You know, I mean, this is who they are right now, and man, Darren, it could be a lot worse. God, it could be a lot worse. You're seeing teams ripping off. You know, Dodgers lost 6 in a row. I mean, I do think credit needs to be given for finding a way to win some 1-0 games and a bunch of 1-run games and throw a bunch of shutouts. I mean, it's been pretty remarkable with the sometimes lack of talent on this team, that they're even where they are right now.
Yeah, they could be better. I mean, things could be worse. Things could be better. You know, but
they've left some out there. They've left some out there for sure.
Yeah, of course, and obviously that happens to everybody. I think I'm more aligned with that line of thinking too. When you know, if you were to say, listen, let me factor in, let me tell you all these things that are going to happen. I'm going to tell you in March, these are all the things that are going to happen. What do you think you're saying on July 11th? Yeah, I don't know that many people would be talking about, you know, hey, still within obviously shouting distance of the West.
Yep.
Not that I, you know, believe in that, but yeah, you know, in terms of just what the overall record is. I think you put all that criteria in front of everybody. Like who's you know probably could have been a lot worse if you're telling me that like there's no King for this amount of time and that Dylan Cease is just as confusing as anybody can possibly be. And you know, like I think Fernando would not hit more than a couple of home runs in months.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you just say, hey, listen, here's the list of things that are going to happen. You tell me what you think the record is going to be on July 10th.
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
35 wins.
Yeah.
Like literally 35. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh man, I'm probably showing off. Probably not great.
No doubt.
No doubt. So, you know, I mean, I do think, you know, it's a sport where zooming out every once in a while is like the most important thing.
Have to do it.
You know, I'm reminded all the time of that Bill James line about what it's like covering a team that's hovering around 500.
That's right. We talked about it yesterday. All right, hang on, Darren. You're going to stay with us, aren't you?
Oh, good. Because I'm leaving.
Are you leaving?
I'm taking off.
Ben's out.
I'm out.
Are you going to hang?
Thank you.
If not, we love you.
Game
he's
tomorrow.
not hanging.
I'm going to just say goodbye. Have a great weekend,
bye,
everybody.
man.
Woods and Paul back next.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
And then there were two. Halfway home on a Friday, Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, the executive producer. Just me and you, Paulie. Getting you guys through till 10 a.m. And Ben has just left the building.
It's a very abrupt ending to the final
It
hour.
was.
Right?
We didn't give him the big send-off that we wanted to. I screwed up. I thought Darren was staying on. It's my fault. I'll wear it for that. And we did. I totally forgot to give Ben. I was honestly going to spank him this morning with my hand. I was going to put him over my knee.
Oh my God!
And spank him on the bottom. And I totally forgot, Paulie. It just completely slipped my mind. I feel like I got enough of it out on the round table yesterday, brought to you by Round Table Pizza. They truly are pizza royalty. We did our 97.3 The Fan round table yesterday. And, you know, listen, when you're doing, we don't get preempted by a lot of games. So we're on usually the 20 hours straight throughout the week, 4 hours a day, plus the round table. And, you know, we're a two-horse town, plus the Aztecs, and you know, it's slow. Slim pickings indeed. So you're always looking for content. You're looking for ideas that can help you, you know, connect with the audience, to entertain the audience or to inform the audience. That's our job every single day. Collect this content, collate it, come in and present it to you guys, and hopefully enjoy it. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So, a couple times a week, I'll ask the big guy over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, hey, you got anything, anything not sports, right? Because it is a lot of me. It's a lot of me talking about my kids, my relationship, whatever. I'm very comfortable doing that. He's not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. That's what makes us Ben and Woods.
Sure.
But I'm like, if you have anything that's a little bit kooky, a little bit weird, a little bit silly even, bring it to the table. And I ask him, you got anything?
No bad ideas when we're brainstorming.
Well, some of his ideas are really bad, but maybe it's my fault. I need to be more accepting of his bad ideas and say, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
We could try that.
Right? So
that's cute.
Yesterday we get into the round table. And we sit down. He goes, oh, just so you know, I've got a great 7th inning stretch question, which is the part of the round table we stop down for a minute and talk about something goofy. And I said, what is it? And he goes, I want you guys to think about it. We just saw Joey Chestnut, set another world record for the hot dogs and all, the bit that he does July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, what
disgusting
food? What is disgusting?
Watched it. I watched the whole thing. I couldn't turn away.
I can't do it.
But I also had to see it for whatever reason.
I can't do it.
The intro that he had, you would have thought Jesus Christ himself was walking out to eat some hot dogs.
So he said, what food would you attempt a record at? And I looked at him and I said, you sat on this? That should have been Monday morning. That's Monday morning, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Talking about it. And I said, he goes, yeah, I saved it for the round table. I go, why would you save good material for the round table when we are dying for material half the time?
Like, that is right up our alley.
I was going, yeah. And he goes, well, I thought it would be too silly for us. And I went, you know what, dude?
Where you been?
Where have you been for the last 7 years? And I wasn't mad, but I was like, you SOB, sitting on this gold that, we could have gone back and forth talking about, hey, what would you do? What would you do? Oh, you can't do that because of this. Just like we did on the round table,
right?
And I go, all right, enough's enough. Never again do you save good material for the round table, which airs again at 10 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
We, as a show, are rated ratings from 6 to 10. So you're welcome, Braden, for that piece of gold from our host, right. Benjamin Higgins. I was like, are you out of your mind?
Like, you're telling me he's not comfortable doing something twice. Like, we could have done that on Tuesday at 6 a.m. or 8 a.m.
and then Thursday
and still done it Thursday at 10:30. We could have done it yesterday at 6 a.m.
and then on the round table
live with everybody else. Like, hey, we talked about this earlier. I thought this was a good question.
He hit it.
Want to get some new perspectives. What do you guys think? Here's what Woodsy and Paul said. Here's what I said. Like, you can still do it. And he's going, no,
I'm saving it.
I need good stuff for the round table too, because that's his baby. He's the moderator.
Right. His priorities are out of whack.
I agree.
What I was trying to tell him. And I said, tomorrow I'm going to spank you.
That's not just for the goofy stuff like that either. Like, if he
saves Padres
if he sits
stuff
on good Padres content, questions, debates, or whatever, that makes me mad too.
Yeah. Tony says, imagine being stingy with ideas for top. Yes,
Tony gets it. Why doesn't Ben
get it? I'm telling you, I was going to spank his bottom. I was going to spank him this morning live on the air, and I totally forgot to bend him over my knee and whack.
Set a reminder for Tuesday morning.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, if he doesn't send us pictures and stuff from his trip, because we ask him every year and he never does. He never does. He always forgets.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get a spanking. That should be a new bit.
You just get spanked.
Ben gets spanked.
Bend over the knee. And
whack, bam. Every time. Just give him a pop. Like, all right, buddy. This hurts me more than it hurts you. This is what you tell him. So we talked about it on the roundtable.
Have you actually used that line?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, of course.
It's not just a cliche.
No, it's not cliche. We don't spank really in our house. I mean,
but like discipline.
Oh,
this hurts me more than it hurts you.
That bit of I've used it 100 times. I'm like, buddy, I don't like when you're in trouble. This crushes me because it makes you think you're a terrible parent that your kid would just do something and act that way. Yeah, I'll save my best stuff for the roundtable next week, Paulie. I can tell you that story later.
Actually, well,
I won't be.
Hours,
I won't be here for the roundtable next Thursday, but I was thinking about it all day. I'm like, he's just sitting on all of this good stuff. But we came up with mine was I would attempt it at deviled eggs. I think I could get a good portion of deviled eggs down, no problem.
Ugh.
They're so good. You don't like them?
I don't care for them. I'll eat them, but like I'm just thinking of you eating like
just
69.
Yeah, 69
eggs.
deviled eggs on Thanksgiving Day. My sweet, sweet sainted mother-in-law, Susie, makes them every year. They're such a pain in the ass to make, which is probably why they don't do big contests with them, because nobody wants to make. They are a huge, huge pain to make.
I don't want to say the juice isn't worth the squeeze, but it
is for me as long
close.
as I don't have to juice it. So the juice is worth the squeeze for me if you make them. I love them. I absolutely love them. She makes them for me every Thanksgiving, and I walk into the house. You were usually the first ones there because that's who we are. Walk in, I look around. They're sitting there on the plate. I'm the first one there, and she goes, "Go ahead." And I'm like, "All right, thank you." And I will rip 6 down immediately, straight like this.
Like that's where we're starting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wash it down with a little water, and then I go off, play with kids, do whatever, help set up. And then about 45 minutes later, I come back and I hit another 6. I'm telling you, I could get a dozen down in probably 2 minutes. I don't feel great later. I don't feel great. It messes with you a little bit. And they're not super healthy. It's a lot of cholesterol, I think. And they say it's good cholesterol. No one's really been able to decide whether it is or not.
How did you gain all the weight?
By eating 400 deviled eggs in a 24-hour period. So that was mine. Yours was what? Pot stickers?
Well,
dumplings.
Yeah, dumplings. But Scraby went first, and he went with the pot sticker or wonton or dumpling. But I thought that, like in particular, like the soup dumplings from Din Tai Fung,
they slide down.
They go down so easily.
Slides down your gullet. You could probably swallow it whole.
Yeah, if you can get them like room temperature, as long as they don't come out steaming hot, I could throw those down. But to be a little bit different, I'm like, well, I couldn't do anything spicy because that will just wear you down.
No.
I was like, I would crush some ice cream, but then you get the brain freeze.
There's no chance.
So I was like,
mine, by the way, my brain freeze is devastating. I don't know what the level is. Like it's on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 9 to where I'm like, shut up. And it lasts for,
I get like a 5 or a 6. Maybe.
Mine lasts for 30 seconds. So I do the thumb.
Yeah. Roof of the mouth, push up.
Doesn't work.
Really?
I drink warm water. It doesn't work. Nothing works, Paulie. My brain freeze is a 9 out of 10.
So I went with wings, but I clarified it's got to be the boneless wings, tendies, basically.
Nuggies.
Saucy
little
nuggies. Because I am so bad about like picking meat off the bones. Like if I was going for speed in a competition, I would spend so much time going, is that enough? I like you see people that can just go in and out, and it's just a bone. You're like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
I've never figured that out.
It's crazy. Yeah, we had those. What was Ben's?
Ben was sushi.
It's too much. There's rice in
Brayden
there.
said pizza, and I said I think absolutely not.
It's a speed. Like you have to be able to do it fast. You can't eat a big giant pizza fast.
There was a place
you can get it down,
and I don't even remember the name of it, but there was a place down on the Mission Beach Pier, one of those restaurants, and they had the giant, like 30-inch New York pizza, and they had a contest. If you can eat the whole thing, I think it was you and a partner can eat the whole thing in less than an hour, it's free. And I had 2 friends that tried it. They got like 2 slices in and were just like, we made a tremendous mistake.
Yeah, the old 90s.
A tremendous mistake.
The old 96er from Great Outdoors, when he puts that 96-ounce steak down, including the fat and the gristle, crushes that whole thing. The whole thing makes me sick. I'm not great at I overeat. I overeat for sure. I'm also not great at speed eating. But yeah, that is a 10-minute conversation we could have had on the show, and everyone's weighing in with theirs in the chat. And Ben off to Santa Barbara right now. Wonder what other gold he could have left us before he left today. But I am happy for him. He loves this trip as he should. It's incredible. He has a great time.
Didn't even record anything that we were going to do with Mike Shildt.
So he forgot to record his questions for Shildt.
He forgot to get a spanking. He forgot to give us good content.
We really let
record questions for Mike Shildt.
We really let homeboy off the
Benny, for listening. If you could just turn around.
Off the hook. Yeah, come on back.
Can't be too far from
Come on back and weigh in. Well, yeah, Friday is here. It's been such a long week, a great week. We've had such a fun time. We had Torey Lovullo on. He was incredible. If you missed that interview, go back. We had Letters to AJ on yesterday, who is a brilliant Padres mind, is how I describe him. I texted with him a little bit yesterday and said, dude, we have a lot of guests on, not a lot for a sports radio show, not a lot, actually, maybe one a day, about the average. And I said, very rarely do we get like 100% positive feedback, and the YouTube chat went crazy. So if you missed that interview, go back and hear it. And I thought Torey Lovullo, honestly, I put it probably number one for us. We've had some good ones over the years. He
definitely was like top 5.
He was
for
great.
Sure. I mean, I think of best interviews we've ever done. I think that one comes to mind. Obviously, recent. I think of like Joey Votto a couple of years ago. Was unbelievable.
That's just a good get. He's a good get.
He was a great conversationalist too, though.
Yeah,
like
he was awesome.
The actual content was really good.
It was good.
Sometimes the big name is great and it's attractive, and then you're like, that was kind of a whatever interview.
Yeah, he was awesome, and this week has been really good. So I want to finish it strong. Again, if you missed the news earlier, Mike Shildt's coming on at 9 for the management report. And then, of course, we got Rey Mysterio, WWE Hall of Famer. And now it's only like a 5-minute thing. We got to be in and out with Rey, but I'm very excited to talk to him. We have decided as a show to embrace what our audience embraces more. And we're going to go to that event. We're going to try our hardest to get out there together, get good tickets, go down. Have
you ever been to a wrestling event?
Many times.
Really?
Many times.
I never have. I stopped watching when I was like 11, but growing up, and even after I stopped watching and following who's currently wrestling, I still said, even as like a young adult, I'm like, if I had the opportunity, which I've had the opportunity, they've come to San Diego, and I've just never taken advantage. I've never acted on it, but I'm like, I think even without caring much about it these days and following it closely, I still think it would be fun to like go to the live taping, to the live event.
I think we're going to have a great time.
I can't wait. I really can't.
And I'll tell you, I've never been to one of that magnitude.
Like
I used to go to the old Dallas Sportatorium to watch the Von Erich brothers. Subject of the movie, The Iron Claw.
Yep.
If you haven't seen that.
Zac
Efron, Jeremy Allen White. Devastating history for the Von Erich family. But I went to the Sportatorium probably half a dozen times when I was a kid. The Von Erichs against the Freebirds. I mean, I was probably 7, 8. I was probably Bo's age. It was everything to me. Watching those guys on, Friday Night Wrestling was everything to me. So I was into it at the time. And then, of course, the Hulk Hogan years when I was young, the Iron Sheik, all of that. Andre the Giant is what I came up with. And then I stopped watching wrestling for many, many years. But I see the resurgence. Maybe it never left. Because I missed the Cena, I missed the Undertaker, I missed all that. I knew they existed, but I didn't watch them wrestle.
I was like The Rock, Stone Cold.
Yeah, I missed all that.
DX.
I missed all of that stuff. And then now to have it back, and they're going to sell out Petco Park. It's going to be insane. And Rey Mysterio repping the 619. Very excited to talk to him. I will say I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous to talk to him, but he seems to be a great guy.
I wanted to ask, we ran obviously out of time with Darren Smith, and I wanted to ask him because, I think the number one compliment Darren got throughout his career in radio was, you're such a good interviewer.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask him, like, A, have you ever interviewed Rey Mysterio?
Yeah.
Probably has,
yeah.
is my guess, somewhere. And then second, what was your approach walking into an interview where you're not super familiar with the topic and the subject even? Like, how would you approach that? I thought he would have been able to give us some great advice, but
we really ran out of time with D. Smith.
You guys got to get that last question
Always got to get the last question in.
Didn't get to say goodbye to Benny. Nothing.
Benny is, I'm sure, listening right now. Guy loves sports radio so much. He did. What did he say?
He just said no when I said
no.
Around
okay. All right. Well,
so I sent back a gif of a spanking.
Yeah, not a real team player, Ben Higgins, but that's fine. We'll see him on Tuesday. Paulie and I will be holding the show down again on Monday. And yeah, we got another hour and 45 minutes of this one today. We'll talk more Padres baseball. Again, going to be joined by Mike Shildt coming up at 9. Looking forward to talking to the skipper, talking about what the All-Star break brings for him, what the All-Star break means for his team, how the team is playing in his opinion. I have a question for him, and I don't know how he's going to take it because I never know how Shildt is going to take it. see what kind of mood he's in today. But always excited to talk ball with the skipper, Mike Shildt. We'll do all that. We got a Reindl Report coming up at the bottom of the hour, too. Yeah, early Reindl Report today. So we'll keep this train rolling. Thanks so much for being here. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
All right, welcome back. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Just me and my man, Paulie Reindl, holding it down the rest of today and then Monday. Ben will be back on the show on Tuesday. I'll be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then after the show Wednesday, I'm out. Jumping on the plane in the afternoon. Got like a 16-hour travel day,
So
I
it's
think.
Wednesday evening. You fly out.
Yeah, like
out of
5:30,
here.
out of here.
And you go straight to London.
Yep.
All the way. Okay.
And then I have a layover in London.
That is.
And then I jump a plane to Manchester.
Like anything less like 3 to 5 hours is like the worst on layovers because that's not really enough time to like leave and go do anything.
No, you'd be out of your mind to leave.
Then you got to go through security.
I'm not going to go check out Big Ben while I'm there.
No, but if you had like a 14-hour layover,
then
you got some time.
Sure.
And if it's a 1.5 hour delay, you're like, whatever, it's not a big deal.
I'm actually
that 3 to 5 hours that you're like, I can't leave and I don't know what to do.
Well, also, you just got off of a tremendously long flight. And then you sit and then you wait to get on just an hour trip. Right? Just an hour-long flight to Manchester. So
yeah, hour flight, 6-hour drive. You're kind of screwed. You got to just sit there and wait.
Yeah, you got to wear it. I'll walk around the London airport. I'll get some fish and chips or something, grab a beer. And get to my hotel in Manchester. Should be around like 4:30. Probably pretty jet lagged, and I'm going to try to stay up till about midnight that night and then go to sleep like a normal person.
Reset.
Yeah, got a full day in Manchester and the surrounding areas. And going to go do some sightseeing, some musical sightseeing history. Oh, look, this is where Morrissey used to go pee. I'm into like, hey, let's go look at this guy's grave. Let's go look at, where they shot this album cover. They're all seminal moments for me. So I'm very excited. My musical mecca, as I call it, is Manchester. And then, of course, the next night we'll be seeing Oasis on my actual 50th birthday, along with
Friday or Saturday.
It will be
Saturday
night. Yeah. So I get in. Thursday is the day I get in. I'll have Friday to myself to sightsee, and then Saturday night I will be with 79,999 of my closest friends. 80,000 people expected at Heaton Park. And Tony says, I wonder how often they're practicing before their concert. Saw some audio that came out yesterday. People that live near Heaton Park in Manchester, they were sound checking for an hour yesterday.
Did they only do the one show so far?
No, they did 2 in Cardiff.
Like on the 4th of July.
In Wales.
Okay, last weekend.
Then they had the week off, and then they go to Manchester, and they're going to do 5 nights there. They're going to do Friday, Saturday. Like they're doing 5-6 nights there, 5-6 nights in London next. They're really smart, spacing it out because they can. They sounded amazing in the sound check that I heard yesterday. So, and then after that, so that's going to be on Saturday night. I leave on Monday. They're playing again on Sunday, and I'm going to try to get tickets if I'm there. Like, why not go back-to-back nights if I can? And then get on the plane, and I'll be back in San Diego, I think like 8-9 p.m. on Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm going to be a little worse for wear, but I'm going to be
planning
here.
to come in on Wednesday.
Planning to be here. Planning to be here Wednesday. Probably not feeling great, but I will do it.
I imagine you'll be tired. You'll be exhausted.
Jet lag's a mother. And if anybody has any tips for jet lag, I would love to know.
Yeah.
Like, what is the right way to do it where you're affected the least? Are there supplements I need to take? Yeah, I'll have stories galore.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, stories galore for sure. So I'm excited about it, man. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip for my 50th. It's very special to me. So you guys will be holding it down without me for a few days, and I'll call in, like I said, every single day and check in with the boys and give you guys my updates. But we still have a lot of show to get to today, certainly. The skipper, Mike Shildt, coming up at 9 a.m. Rey Mysterio at 9:35. We got a Reindl Report coming up as well. Stay right here. We will be right back. Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Well, my partner in crime is on the road, but listen, 7 Mile Casino is just right down the road. If you're at Petco Park, if you're anywhere near downtown, you know that 7 Mile Casino is just 7 minutes away. And depending on what it is you're looking for. Now, if you want cigarettes and slot machines, it's not the place for you. You can't go to 7 Mile Casino. You're not going to find slot machines. You're not going to be able to sit and blast your cigs while you're, gambling. So go down to 7 Mile Casino. If those things don't interest you, like they don't interest me really, I want to go down. I want to play cards. I want to have good food. I want to have friendly dealers, friendly people around, and a beautiful view of the bay. Let's say I get on a heater for California style blackjack for a while. Then I want to take a little breather. I walk back. Beautiful patio area. Sit back there, look over the bay, have a nice cold one with some friends. It is a phenomenal place. Check it out for yourselves. They've been with us for so long. They've been with us since the very beginning. So I like to tell you guys, if you want to support Ben & Woods, go out and support 7 Mile Casino because they are ride or die with us, and we are ride or die with them. They have been great for us. So check out 7 Mile Casino. This weekend is a great time to do it. It's just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
Welcome back, Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Happy Friday to all of the Tier 1s out there listening. Really appreciate you very much. Benny's out, just me and Paulie here. So Paulie's going to take us through a Reindl Report, an early Reindl Report. Make room for the skipper, Mike Shildt, at 9 a.m. And we'll do that right after this quick check of traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the Salute to Heroes Golf Tournament, July 28th at Loma Santa Fe Country Club. Just one problem, fire crews on scene of a car fire southbound 5 before the 15. All that activity is over to the right shoulder. The Salute to Heroes Golf Tournament is back July 28th at Loma Santa Fe Country Club. Join sport legends and celebrities and tee off to support local heroes. Register now at SanDiegoSocialLeagues.org. That's SanDiegoSocialLeagues.org. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right. Happy Friday, Woodsy.
TGI.
TGIMFF.
Tired.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
It's been a long week.
Getting back from a vacation. Getting ready to go on another vacation.
Trying to ramp it up. Vacation boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Boy, the tides have turned. The tables have turned from how the show started.
Oh, I know.
Ben doesn't give you enough crap.
I know. He does.
For the years.
The years of abuse.
It's, looking back on it, you're like, the guy went on like 3 vacations,
We
like
just
weekend vacations. They
hounded
weren't
him.
even that. It wasn't even that bad. And we're like,
Didn't we call him Vacation Ben for a while? Yeah. Yeah, it was incredible.
He
He went to Hawaii.
He had the one stint where he went to Hawaii like twice in like a month.
Twice in a month. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, let's get started in Major League Baseball. Some news yesterday. Now, we'll probably go a little more in-depth on it maybe on Monday as we prepare for the Home Run Derby, but the field has been finalized.
Seen a lot of pushback about this field.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair. So your field is Cal Raleigh, catcher for the Mariners. James Wood, I've heard of him.
I've heard of him as well.
In the Home Run Derby. Byron Buxton, Ronald Acuna Jr., the hometown kid. O'Neal Cruz from the Pirates. Junior Caminero from the Rays is in. Brent Rooker. I thought it was a little bit surprising. He's going to be in there from the A's. He can. And then Jazz Chisholm Jr. from the Yankees.
That was the late edition, and I saw people absolutely torching this. Now, our pals that we used to have on every Friday, Cespedes Family Barbecue, they were able to see him do a home run derby. I want to say it was in Jamaica. They said he was beyond electric in a home run derby. And I read that, not because when they said Jazz, he's been hitting a lot of homers as of late. And I thought, all right. I mean, we're mixed. The thing is like it's not so much who's in, it's who's out.
Who's not in. Yeah.
It's the no Vladdy Guerrero Jr., right? No Aaron Judge,
Ohtani.
No Ohtani, right? And I totally
Fernando.
I feel like such a hypocrite though, because for years I've been saying Jordan used to do it all the time. Why doesn't LeBron do it? Right? All the Dominique used to do it. All the big stars in the NBA would do it. And
then they changed the rules.
They changed the rules.
You had to be like in your first 3 years or something.
They changed the rules. And then but now when I'm seeing Pete Alonso, who I thought lived for the home run derby, he thought to himself, I've done it. I've won it. I don't need to do it again. It's really exhausting, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And then
if there's even a small chance of screwing up your swing,
that's it.
Getting hurt, is it worth it?
And that's, there are some teams or guys with teams in pennant races and stuff where, some of those guys begging off. I'm sure Yankee fans and I'm sure other fans are breathing a sigh of relief that Shohei Ohtani's not, as much as we would love to see Fernando Tatis Jr. in that thing. I would love it. I would also be on pins and needles the entire time. Is his shoulder going to fly out? Yep. Is he going to tweak an oblique? He had told, I think it was Andy Heilbrunn, that he'd been having cramps in his obliques.
Yep.
Good. Stay out of it. Stay out of it for sure. I don't know who is going to win this thing.
I've got odds. Any guesses on who the favorite is?
So the favorite in that field is probably going to be Cal Raleigh.
That is accurate.
Okay.
According to FanDuel, they have him at plus 350.
Okay.
And
he's a force.
The longest
The long
odds,
shot.
The long shot is going to be Brent Rooker at plus 1,400.
He's been overlooked his entire career. I expect Brent to have a good home run derby.
I mean, the chat said it earlier. Padre legend.
Padre legend.
We also have Padre legend James Wood.
Yeah. Yes.
So, no, in order of favorites, Cal Raleigh is the favorite at plus 350, closely followed by Ronald Acuna Jr., meaning it's the hometown boost.
Get the hometown boost.
Then you've got, O'Neal Cruz is actually second.
I was going to say he's my sleeper pick, but it doesn't sound like he's much of a sleeper.
He's not. He got the second highest odds.
He hits the ball incredibly hard.
Then Ronald Acuna Jr., then James Wood at plus 550, which I would
sleeping on him.
Sprinkle some money on that if I was betting.
Raw power.
Yep. Then Byron Buxton, Junior Caminero, Jazz Chisholm at plus 1,100.
Okay.
And then Brent Rooker.
I was thinking, I was totally swayed by what the guys on Cespedes Family Barbecue, when they said, dude, you've never seen anything like this guy in a home run derby. I went, all right, I'm sold. I mean, maybe that's worth putting a little money down, Paulie.
Maybe. The winner will get a home run derby champion chain.
Mark
and
says,
I'm sure there's some money involved as well.
Mark says, I saw Jazz hit one at Petco in batting practice further than anyone else I've ever seen. Halfway up the seats in 131, 25 rows up. Just a tank.
I think the biggest home run I've seen besides Kyle Schwarber's, but in batting practice, I was down on the field one time. This was almost 8-9 years ago now. The Mets were in town, and Yoenis Cespedes.
Oh, my God.
Watching that guy take batting practice, he was hitting them off the Jumbotron.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean,
he was crushing the
Manny Machado in a home run derby, but I don't.
I know.
I want to see it. I want to see Fernando, but I don't. And I'm happy that they're just going to go represent the team and play. And I honestly, I wish those dudes had breaks. They're so deserving of being all-stars, but I wish they were in Jamaica just chilling.
There's a lot of similarities between the MLB All-Star or the Home Run Derby and then like the dunk contest in the NBA. You just talked about like Dominique and Vince Carter and Michael Jordan. They all used to do it. And so now you're like, well, it's just not as good as it used to be. And then in baseball, you're like, go back to the 90s. And you had like Griffey and all these huge superstars going at it. Barry Bonds, I think, did a few. Like, you just don't see it anymore. And I completely understand why.
Totally get it.
And it sucks, though. The fans are the only ones that lose out.
I'm still excited to watch it. It's one of my favorite events every year. So looking forward to that. That's on Monday.
Correct.
Yeah.
All-Star game on Tuesday.
All right.
We'll switch it up. I got a couple of quick stories in the NBA. A lot of people were very nervous about what was going to happen with NBA broadcaster Kevin Harlan because he worked for TNT Turner. And when they lost the rights, everyone goes, God, he was a staple on Tuesday or Thursday nights. He's so good calling anything. I don't care what sport it is. I want Kevin Harlan calling because he's that good. Well, Amazon has stepped up. They're going to have one of the smaller rights packages of the new NBA TV deal. NBC is going to have the primary rights, but Amazon will have some games, and they have signed Kevin Harlan to call NBA, be their lead broadcaster. So any Amazon Prime NBA games, you can expect to hear Kevin Harlan. And then we talked the other day about the defending champion, Oklahoma City Thunder. You'll appreciate this, or you'll at least be interested in how much money it takes nowadays in the NBA to keep it going. So if they wanted to run it back, which they're going to try. Now, the thing with Oklahoma City is they won the championship with the youngest roster in the NBA.
Yep. The makings of a franchise, like a dynasty.
They were so young. It was something like their average age was just the same as like Auburn's men's basketball team in college. Like they are so young. They won a chip. And we got to keep this core together. We talked about Chet Holmgren signed his super rookie max deal. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the MVP, he signed his contract 4 years, $285 million on Tuesday. Holmgren was on Wednesday. And then yesterday they signed Jalen Williams, all-star champion. He signed a 5-year rookie max deal that could reach up to $287 million. So when you add it all, 285 to SGA, 250 to Holmgren, and potentially 287 to Jalen Williams. You're looking at, to keep your core together in the NBA
for what, 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years.
$822 million.
We sat here yesterday.
The TV money and the contracts in the NBA are just through the roof. But you're like, dude, if you're a Thunder executive, you're like, we got the youngest team in the NBA. We just won a championship. You're expecting to win 3 or 4 in the next 5.
You don't have a choice. But
you have to pay that money.
You have to pay it. You have to keep it together. You don't want the one and done rebuild. Hey, we got our chip. You guys should be happy. We sat in here yesterday and talked about on the roundtable, actually. Got in a decent debate. Owners, you side with the owners, the players.
Yeah.
We were talking about the looming Major League Baseball lockout, that we're all just terrified of, all of us. I mean, nobody wants to see baseball. I don't like to see baseball get bruised. I just don't. I like baseball to thrive, even if it means teams are spending a crazy amount of money.
It's purely selfish for me because I don't want to do 2 years of lockout talk.
Yeah, I don't either. It's also really boring radio. People, it really divides people. These greedy players. And it's like, well, okay, well, if they're greedy, what are the owners, right? And you hear that owner has the ability to spend that much money to keep a team together for 5 years. It is staggering, Paulie. It's staggering.
But you got
to
no
do
choice.
You got to do
this
it.
This wasn't like aged superstars and they find
got
it
lucky,
for one more run
right.
and they get their, you see guys like, I think about like Ray Allen signing with the Celtics and winning a championship. Trying to get at the end of your career. This is the exact opposite. You've got these guys that are all on rookie deals. You got to pay them because you just won it. And you got to try to run it back. But it's, just like any other sport,
money.
Very hard to repeat.
It's also very hard to feel bad for owners. That's my point. It's very hard to feel 100%. Bad for owners. It really is.
All right, and then we will wrap it up here. I got one of the funnier stories I have seen in a long time. There's a guy in France who made news after he went on a road trip with his family.
Okay.
And he forgot his wife at a gas station.
Now, with his family. So it wasn't just the two of them, obviously.
Well, there was the three of them because their daughter was in the back seat, but she was sleeping. It was early morning. The biggest note here is that he didn't realize that he forgot his wife for 200 miles.
How?
I don't know.
Does he not have a cellular device?
He's 62 years old. His wife is 60. They had a 22-year-old daughter that was with them, sleeping in the back, passed out. They left for Morocco from Paris on Friday night late to try to beat traffic and just drive through the night because it's a 27-hour drive.
Maybe you fly, buddy. Cheap ass. His name is Adam Klug. Ben Higgins. Maybe you fly to Morocco from France.
Says here he pulled into a gas station.
27-hour drive.
Yeah. I've done 22 hours and I'll never do that again. I can't even imagine any longer.
Find
than
a
that.
JetBlue flight or somewhere, whatever the JetBlue equivalent is in France, and fly to Morocco.
I still don't know why he couldn't just find a cell phone or use a cell phone and figure this out. It says here that they got into a gas station at 4:30 in the morning to get some gas, and he left without her and didn't realize it for just under 200 miles. And they say it's not clear if he thought she was sleeping in the back too.
Maybe thought she was asleep.
Maybe she got out and he didn't realize. Maybe he was pumping gas and she went in to get snacks or something.
He just got in the car.
He never knew.
Oh my God.
So he called the cops like 4 hours later to report his missing wife that he forgot. He couldn't even remember what gas station it was, though, because this was, 200 miles back. He's like, I don't know. So the police had to track his wife with her cell phone, and they were able to figure it out. And cops questioned him. They thought,
yes, they thought you left her.
You did this on purpose, obviously.
Oh my God.
And I was just trying to think of what kind of a doghouse is that he's in.
Mine would never. It could never happen. It would never ever happen. When either of us is around. I will say, you're more likely, Paul, you lose one of your kids at a gas station than your spouse.
It says here, no word on why she couldn't just use her phone to call him or her daughter. She just sat there at the gas station for
waiting patiently.
4 hours.
Sweet angel.
4 hours.
So now your 27-hour drive you have to double back. I would just bang the vacation.
That's like 30. We're talking like a 35.
It's gone a 36-hour drive.
Holy
What a dead.
And it is he swung back, picked her up, and they continued on their way.
It's incredible. Now, I saw a story yesterday, and we talked yesterday on the show, and I think we did it in Do This, that John C. Reilly saying happy birthday to the great Jack White in Detroit at Comerica Park. What I didn't know until after the show was that for his 50th birthday, Paulie, Jack White, for the very first time in his life, received a cellular phone. He has never had a cellular phone for as long as he's lived. He has always used a house phone, and that is the only thing that he had. And for his 50th birthday, his wife said, enough is enough. I'm tired of this. We get it. You are cool. You are punk rock. You are old school. You like to do things the hard way. You're getting a cell phone. And he begrudgingly, Paulie, held up a phone and was like, okay, I'm jumping in. At 50 years old. He's jumping in. You're a worldwide music phenomenon superstar.
I mean,
no phone.
I guess with that money and that stardom, you just have assistants
that
do everything.
It's my favorite urban legend that's actually true is the Bill Murray he doesn't have one either. And I think he finally acquiesced because of his kids. His kids we need to be able to text you. But for many, many years, if you wanted to get in touch with Bill Murray, you could have had the role of a lifetime for Bill Murray. And you would have to leave it on a voicemail. He set up a voicemail line, didn't even have a home phone. It was a call service where you would say, hey, Bill, this is Steven Spielberg. I'd love you to be in the next blank. And please get back to me at this number. And that's what he did. He lived his whole life without being.
Hi, this is Marty Scorsese. I'm calling for Bill.
And
him call me back.
He was not tethered to a phone.
I know people that'll even stars. They maybe a dummy phone, or it doesn't have the smart. It's a flip phone that only dials out, or you don't have the apps and stuff. I can wrap my head around that, but just no communication whatsoever. It's how do you do that?
It's honestly the coolest I think about no one can get in touch with me. I think it's fantastic. But I got a wife and 2 kids. There's no chance it's feasible. And Jack White, just welcome to the revolution, sir.
Welcome.
Got his very first cell phone. We'll be talking to the skipper, Mike Shildt, coming
Just
up
got the
next.
text. He is ready
He's
to go.
ready to go. Excited to talk to him. I wonder how he's going to be without Ben here. Ben did not record any questions for him, but
just you,
just me and him and Paulie. Coming up next on the Fan 97.3. 97.3 Fan. Welcome back, Ben and Woods. Minus Ben, 97.3 The Fan, and very excited. 9 o'clock. You know what that means. Time for the manager's report with Mike Shildt. Refreshed by EcoWater SoCal. EcoWater SoCal. Try alkaline water, just $9.95 a month. EcoWater SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. And let's bring him right on. The skipper of the San Diego Padres, Mike Shildt. Shilty, how are you?
I'm doing good. Woodsy, how about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Ben, now I don't know if you know this. Ben begged off today. He's out. He went on vacation. He did a half show today, I think, just to dodge you. So he's out today.
Okay. All right. Well, we wish him all the best.
Write that down.
Taking notes.
He's listening right now. I thought originally maybe you could record some questions for Shilty, and then he read them to me. I go, never mind. We'll handle it. We'll just
Well,
we got
he's
it.
a hard worker. I'm sure he deserves a vacation.
He definitely does. We had a great time up in Philly. Got to see you guys and talk to you briefly out there. And now Philly coming back to town. They're pretty nasty, Shilty. You and I talked in the dugout a couple months ago about how life in the big leagues, man, it is like, all right, we got through Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen and Eduardo Rodriguez, and our prize is Ranger Suarez and Zach Wheeler again and Sanchez. There's just no quarter for you guys sometimes.
Yeah, it's the game. It's the league. It's we got a good club too, and
yep.
We Philly does. They got really good pitching. They got really good offense, and they're a strong ball club. It's been a perennial playoff team the last several years and made deep runs. And but yeah, it's a good chance to go compete. We love competing.
I'm not going to speak for you or your players. I'll speak for just us as a radio show covering the team on a day in, day out basis. All-star break approaching. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. A few days off to catch our breath. For you, what is the now? I noticed you're not going to be helping out coaching the NL All-Stars this year. Did not get the call from Dave Roberts. But what is on your agenda this All-Star break?
Yeah, I didn't get the text or call, but surprising.
Very shocked.
Yeah, no, it's all cool, man. I want to go as the manager.
Yes, we want you to.
Yeah, of course. So, no, I mean, listen, the All-Star break's appropriate. There's not a consecutive day off for anybody. Starting in fairly early February. So that's a long time to ride hard, without any real time off. That being said, it isn't here yet, and we got work to do.
Yeah, that's 100% right. And these three games are they're big ones, man. They're big ones. You guys are 50-43 right now. So, no matter what happens, you're going into the break in a little bit better position even than last year. Your assessment, Shilty, of the grind that the guys have been on, because they're grinding hard. I mean, yep. these since July started, it's win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Look, those could have all been L's, and nobody would be happy with that, you or your players. What's your assessment of how your guys have played recently?
It could always be better, but like you said, it could always not be as good as it is. So, what's the assessment? It's interesting, and I'm not sure this is exactly to answer your question, but the assessment for me is, a lot of good people. At the end of the day, it's about wins and losses, and we've been able to fight and scratch and claw and be able to piece some games together and pull some games out. We've also left some games on the table. But what's the assessment? Guys have been getting out there, and there's zero lack of, especially from the staff and the players, desire. That desire part's there, and it really starts with that. There's also the lens of, what is good baseball, and like I kind of referenced a minute ago, and to follow up on the point, the left and the right columns are what ultimately matter, the win and the loss. I recognize that, but also look at the game from a lens of, more a holistic lens, and are we start or are we being together with what we're doing? And the group is together. Every team's different. Every team's finding the rhythm of what together looks like. We do have a core that knows what that looks like, and part of that togetherness is the dedication to, at the end of the day, shaking hands. And I can tell you, when we win, we enjoy it, and I want to always celebrate it and talk about that and want the guys to have fun and see those, beautiful smiles that we have and see the personalities come out. But when we don't, the guys take it hard. That it hurts. That locker room's hurting. But the good news is we are invested in the outcome. So that's a win. And after that, it comes with the pitching. And doing all the little things that allow you to help win a ball game. And generally speaking, we pitched very well. We've had some times where some walks have hurt us, or a hit batter, or along those lines. Of course, a homer here and there that gets you, but that is going to happen. And but generally speaking, we've taken care of our business on the mound, so I can feel good about that overall. Starters, bullpen, we've been able to have some guys plug in that we've needed to step up, and one of them's going tonight. And Berger, he's pitched well, and he's going to need to pitch well tonight and just do his part, and not do anything more than that, and just not make the situation bigger than it is. So the pitching's been good. Then I look at the defense, and the defense captures a lot. It captures making a routine play. We've done that very well, especially over the last 7 weeks or so, 6 weeks. We've really caught the ball. The great play is, a part of it, and the athleticism be on display. Jackson and Toddy, more recently in the same game, robbing a homer, but also defensively is, we've done some good things relative to the little things. Last night, Maldy throwing at the back end of a double steal, hitting the cutoff man, and just being fundamentally sound in what we do. We don't really give away a whole lot and haven't defensively. So, when you look at those three things, you go, man, we're playing some really good baseball. And then, the last component of that is, offensively. And, it's the hardest thing in our sport to be consistent at. That's not alibiing anything. It's not, giving an excuse to the guys. It's just a fact. I do a national radio show, and with that, I'm guessing pretty much every manager in the league does through Major League Baseball. And, I've done it for years and established relationships with a lot of the guys that talk to a lot of the, and I said, hey, I guess you probably asked about every manager, and about 28 managers get to ask the same offensive questions consistently. And, but we're not trying to be one of 28. We're trying to be, one, but, the offense hasn't been as consistent as we'd like. The biggest two things for me is just making sure, and easier said than done. Stuff now is just crazy. I talk to former players that come out and watch games, and I'm not talking former players like talking to Ozzie Smith more recently. I'll see Ozzie in St. Louis, but guys that have been out of the game for 5-8 years are good players that go, I picked a good time to have my career.
Got out just in time.
Yeah, and so, but again, I don't want to alibi, because it's what it is, and we're a winners find solutions group. So, the harder something is, the more you got to be, you got to bear down and get after it. That being said, as we've been, we got to be more disciplined in the strike zone, and we've got to be a little more consistent with our approach and just try to get that guy in from third base, and but the base running is part of our offense, and overall it's been good. We're one of the better teams in the league at, our leads, and the first and second, we do a great job. First and third, second to home, first to home. But so you look up in total, and we do a lot of things really well. So I'm pleased. We get a little more consistent with the hard thing to do, but that's the job. That's what it's going to call for. We'll continue to be fine, but we're in a good spot overall. And people would always think we want to be better. Of course, we want to be better, but that pendulum can go either way.
Talking to Padres manager Mike Shildt on the Manager's Report, refreshed by Eco Water SoCal. And I'm glad you brought up the word approach, because I do feel that, when the offense isn't going right, people in our chat, maybe dumb radio hosts, I won't mention any names, you talk about, well, I don't like the approach of this team or this philosophy. And, can you distill your team's approach for us so that we understand, better what it is. And I know, look, we talk about ballpark factors and things like that. We had a big, long discussion about it yesterday. It was really good. And it was kind of fun to talk about. But for you guys, what is the Padres offensive approach as you see it in a perfect world?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
I mean, we've talked about our approach in Petco Park Kitten for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
So where do you help me understand where you're disconnected?
It's mostly like when things aren't going good, it's, well, we need to change our approach. And what we'll come on and say, or what I think I said yesterday is, look, this team hits the ball hard up the middle. And that's kind of what you've been told since you were a little kid, right? Like, hit hard middle will never fail you. And with Petco, sometimes, I can recall Xander, yakking some balls to center, and he's like, oh, I got it. No, I didn't. I got Petco'd a little bit. Jackson Merrill hit a ball, perfect launch angle, 106 mile an hour off the bat, went to the warning track. It happens. It's ballpark factors and things like that. I don't necessarily see anything wrong with the approach. I think it's just something that people like to yell out maybe when things aren't going well.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, we've got a clear identity, and you said it never fails, but it can fail. That's the thing about baseball that, is as maddening as anything.
Yes.
You get the hardest thing to do. And again, not the alibi, just stating the fact, man. And it's also a healthy mindset to understand this. And I think it could be healthy potentially for people that are listening. And that is, you can have hitting's the hardest thing to do in all of sports. And then just to physically do it, and it's getting harder and harder, and so you take that all into account between the stuff and the understanding and the data and the positioning, which I'm getting to in a minute, and then you can do it completely right. And outside of a guy making an attempt on a hockey goalie or a shot getting blocked, but pretty much any other sport, you do it right. Golf is, from what I hear, really hard. I don't play it really, but I've played enough to know it's hard. And but yeah, if you hit and you read all the, you have the right approach to the shot, it's gonna go where you want. If it's a putt, it's gonna go in. There's nobody running out from the crowd jumping in front of the in front of the hole
to kick it away.
And they have what they call goaltending in basketball.
Yep.
You interfere with the shot. In baseball, to your point, you can have the right approach. You can hit a ball off a pitcher and it bounces to a fielder. You can hit a line drive right to the infielder. You can line out to the outfielder, the center fielder. You can do all these things. And, at the end of the day, like, we all accept that result didn't happen. And sometimes it leads to us not winning a baseball game.
Yep.
And why it's important for at least our players to understand it is all you can do, and all I can ask them to do is to have a good idea what they're doing and be able to take the best chance they can at it. And then after that, once you've done it, to actually counterintuitively reward yourself for something that didn't lead to a result.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, you don't have, you aren't able to produce that, and you were, chasing out of the zone. Again, stuff's really nasty, but that's when you got to be able to do your best. And again, we give our guys grace for it. Figure out a way to have that approach and do what the game calls for, as Toddy says, that sums up a hard game simply. So and every situation's different. That's the other thing. Every situation is a situation, and just have a situation, again, to what the game calls for. And if we can see the intent to that, then that's about all we can do.
Yeah.
I was talking to Nick Puta brought this point up, one of our coaches, and we won the game the other night, 1-0. And he goes, man, it was nice to win a game where we didn't out hit somebody. And I'm like, we've hit people and lost a fair amount of games.
Sure.
And I explain that when we play clean defensively, we walk to or less, we out hit somebody. You can point at a place and say, yeah, this happened, that happened. They hit a homer, we didn't. I can explain that. But, I've done it long enough to know that those things happen consistently, and they've had enough with the club that we have to be able to be 7 games over and in a spot to contend for the playoffs.
Yeah, it's great wisdom, to hear from you and Nick Punto about that. You talk about approach. Talking to Mike Shildt here on Ben and Woods this morning, I thought Jackson Merrill's approach last night was great. He laid off some of those pitches he'd been offering, and he worked three.
Right.
He worked
he
three
walked
walks.
3 times, and he made a great baseman decision.
Yeah,
to go first and third.
And for him, it's like we spent a good amount of time talking about him yesterday as well. How much we all love Jackson, believe very much in Jackson. I know you love Jackson, believe very much in Jackson. How hard is it to convince a player to love themselves and what's happening right now? Because it's not. Yeah, I can't imagine the last time that guy had trouble at the plate. Right, not since he was 7 years old or something. Skipper. So doing it on the highest level. Not coming through. Nobody wants it more. You can see it in his face, in his body language, everything. He wants to win.
The frustration. When he barrels one and they just make a great play in the gap or something. He's rounding first and he just puts the hands up like, what do I got to do?
Alec Thomas, the play he made the other night on Merrill, it's just really, really tough. But to see him last night say, all right, I'm not going to do it. I thought that was impressive. And, it's just speak, right? Just say, oh, maybe this gets him back on the right track. You as his manager, how do you convince him how good he is and how good he can be?
Well, probably a couple of things. First of all, you're right. It's Jackson's, he's struggled more than he's ever struggled in his career. Jackson rightfully, clearly came to the big leagues last year and was ready for it.
Yep.
But that is also in more and more players, and this is the slippery slope of player development, is making sure guys get here. And quite frankly, and I didn't understand this until when I was in player development early in my player development career, which, I was in player development for a long time. And we had a farm director by the name of Gary LaRock, and Gary would be like, it's good for them to struggle. I'm like, no, it's not. They need confidence. And, but he was right. It was good for them to struggle. And I've seen guys that end up being really good all-star caliber players, and in some cases on a trajectory to Hall of Fame, struggle in their player development career, minor league career. And yeah, that was brutal for them in AA or AAA or A ball. And, we always look to push guys a little bit further than they were maybe ready for, that we thought were going to be really good ball players, big league players. And we kind of set them up to struggle in some cases, and gave them a safety net a little bit, as far as a day off here or there. But yeah, and those guys, but big league players figure out a way to come through it. Jackson didn't get that. And, these guys with Jackson's ability get to the big league so quickly. And ultimately, it's just a matter of time before they're going to have that struggle, and they're going to do it at the highest stage. But what do I tell Jackson? Listen, Jackson's got a wonderful, Joe Torre would say this about Derek Jeter. It's a trait that Jackson has, and it's a huge compliment. He's got some inner conceit, and that's Jackson's very humble, very gracious, very respectful of the game. But Jackson knows he's a good player.
Yeah.
And sometimes that arm around him and a friendly reminder, was helpful. And, I get a chance to love and do life with Jackson like I do a lot of our guys. But, Jackson knows he's a good player, and he's going to figure out what that looks like. And, he's going to learn from this experience. And, the thing about good, smart players is they learn from other people's experiences. And Jackson's been able to do that. We have some real wisdom in our clubhouse, and it's one of the things that I encourage all of our players to do. And had a great example the other day of Manny with his 2,000th hit. Yeah, let's celebrate the heck out of 2,000 hits. That's a heck of an accomplishment. But man, take a step back and realize how this guy goes about it to get those 2,000 hits, and be able to figure out how to emulate his mental, physical toughness, and what how emotionally he stays even keel with the game and stays reconnected with what he knows his ability is. But that's other people's experiences, and those are valuable to learn from. But the experiences that are also valuable and most valuable in life that I would guess everybody in this call, including myself, could resonate with are your own experiences. And, unfortunately, Jackson's, going through things that, if you talk to Xander Bogaerts, who also similarly, in looking at his career, got to the big leagues at a very early age and won a World Series. And the next year, went through a rite of passage of struggle for the first time in his career. And so Jackson will learn from it, but you got to go through it to learn from it, and he'll be better for it ultimately.
That was great stuff. So much time this morning that you spent with us, Shildt. I really, really appreciate it. Good luck to you guys the rest of the way before the break. Have a nice, restful, relaxing break for yourself, and then we'll talk to you. Couple weeks?
You'll be. I'm just looking at the calendar. You'll be in St. Louis when we talk to you next. How about that?
Back to St. Louis. Should be a pretty big series, as most of them are throughout the rest of the year, and it'll be right before the trade deadline. We'll have a lot to talk about, and hopefully a lot of wins in that time as well. Skip, have a great break. Thanks so much for the time.
All right, you guys have a nice day.
All right, that was the manager's report with Mike Shildt, refreshed by Eco Water SoCal. Try alkaline water for just $9.95 a month. Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. That's some good Shilty talk right there. That is some behind the curtain a little bit with Shildt. I love that inner conceit. I love that. Thought that was really, really well done. All right, we will take a break. We'll come back, talk about what we just heard, and we still got Rey Mysterio coming up on the program, 9:35 this morning. Stay right here, Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. But first, I wanted to tell you about Trust and Will before we take a quick break. Look, something that I had thought about, obviously, the minute my firstborn came out, I said I should probably do a Trust and Will, and I just didn't. I put it off. I think a lot of us do. It made it very simple for you. Go to trustandwill.com. Use the code FAN when you check out, and you'll get 20% off that. They'll send you your estate documents all packaged up nicely for you. And you let your spouse, your significant other know, hey, here it is right here if anything happens. And then you just kind of forget about it. Get it off your plate for good. They make it so easy. You don't have to go sit in an attorney's office and go through things. Did it online over the holidays. Took 25, 30 minutes. Very, very simple to do. Really great company, getting a lot of good reviews from our tier ones that have used it. Go to trustandwill.com. Once again, use the code FAN when you check out, FAN. They're going to give you 20% off and free shipping of your estate documents. It's trustandwill.com. Be right back.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Thanks. This is Skipper Mike Shildt for popping on. Man, when Shilty gets going like that, best to just let him go. That's how I feel about it. I really love talking baseball with him, and I know I irritate him, and that's okay. I do want to learn. I'm not wired to irritate him on purpose. I only say that for Ben and Hannah, my wife. I do that. And my kids. I'm irritating to them, and I do that on purpose. I do it purposely. With Shilty, I legit want to know stuff about the game, and he's a really good resource for it. I texted him after. I said, that was great, full of wisdom. I said, I would love to have my 7-year-old and my 4-year-old a little bit more inner conceit, right? Not something I've always been great at either. I constantly need like a pat on the back. I wish I had, but I thought it was interesting, the parallels of our interview with Darren Smith. We talked to D Smith, at 7:35, and we were talking about Manny and how Manny goes about his business. And, we'd made that point as well yesterday on the roundtable. Darren, I don't think listened to the roundtable, brought it up again. And then Mike Shildt brings it up too, about what a resource for a guy that just has the 60-mile-an-hour heartbeat, 60 beats per minute every single time. It's crazy.
It's the smallest things. When he got number 2,000 on, was that Monday night? Like, just watching how calm and collected he was as he, takes a moment to take off the cap and thank the fans. And I was watching it and I go, yeah, we have a true veteran professional superstar, anchoring this team.
Part of the podcast that got deleted by Adam when he didn't record our audio the other day, we actually talked about some of this. And we talked about, those people that have that ability to just not care what others think. And I think there are certain players out there that you watch and you go, oh, that guy doesn't care. He's literally like checked out. And I don't see that with Manny ever. They make it look so effortless. They believe in themselves. And if they hit 3 home runs in a game, they're the same as if they go 0 for 3 with 3 Ks, and I think that's Manny. Obviously, Jackson wears it a little bit more on his sleeve. Got to be frustrating to know what you're capable of and it's not yielding results. And I thought the stuff that he had on Jackson Merrill was my favorite part of the interview today. I loved that quote, inner conceit. I don't think Shildt has to go over and console him at his locker very much. I don't think, hey, bud, you're good. You're good. Hey, you're a great player. That's who I always was. That's who I am as a human. I need that pat on the back sometimes instead of just being like, no, I'm good at what I do. I'm not worried about it.
It's gotta be such a not awkward, but just a delicate position to be like the manager, because you want to like be that guy that is, there if they need you, and you kind of give them the words of encouragement or the reminder that, hey, you're still Jackson effing.
Yeah, right.
Or do you take the step back and do you let the guys like Manny and Bogarts, like the veterans that have been around for a minute, do you let them do it? Or is it just a balancing that dichotomy between player and manager, those relationships?
It's impossible.
It's something that we really don't talk about all that much for manager duties, but like the working with superstars and athletes in general, even the low man on the totem, Trenton Brooks, you know what I mean? Like he was the best player on every team he's ever played on.
Right.
Just the same as Xander was and Merrill
Tyler
and Manny,
Wade,
all of those guys were the best players they've ever on every team, pretty much. And then they get to the big leagues and it's a little bit different.
No, and I think, when it came to the question of approach, I do feel like it's something that is an easy piece of low-hanging fruit at times. Do I love the Padres approach every game? No. Do they? No, they don't. They absolutely don't. But I don't. I think it's something, honestly, sometimes people yell out without knowing, really what it is. We doing this right now?
You hang tight. I'll give me 30
I'll
seconds.
hang tight right now. We extended this a little bit longer because we're going to be joined by a WWE Hall of Famer who's been doing a crazy cavalcade of press right now. We ready? All right, yeah, you hear Paulie in the background. Ready?
You're not good at this part.
I'm not good.
Where I'm like, hey, I gotta answer the phone.
No.
Just talk for like 30 seconds.
You didn't. I didn't know what I was doing. Are we ready?
We are ready.
All right, good, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the Ben and Woods program for the very first time, WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. Welcome to the program, sir. Great to have you.
Thank you very much for the invitation. Happy to be here.
Man, I am, listen, we are, as a show, I was telling the audience earlier, Ray, I said, I was a huge wrestling fan when I was a kid. I grew up in Dallas, so I grew up watching the Von Erichs and the Freebirds. And, oh my.
Wow.
It was, I went to the Sportatorium. I got to see all of them. Like those guys were my heroes when I was little. And to have this, I don't even want to say a resurgence, but man, it is bigger than it's ever been right now. And you are such
Isn't it crazy?
It's crazy. Like you've been doing this for so long. You're 50 years old. I'm going to be 50 next week. You have a much better physical makeup than I do. I will tell you that just off the shoot, but you're still out here doing this thing, man. Tell us how much it means to you to be able to do this still. And then of course the WWE Survivor Series, Saturday, November 29th at our beloved Petco Park.
Yeah. Well, obviously when you start off on a career like mine, you always think about how am I going to begin and what direction am I going to go? But you never think about when is this going to be all over. I've had that doubt in my mind several times, maybe 3-4 years ago. Right now, it feels good to be a wrestler. It feels good to entertain my fans around the world. And it's going to feel even better to be able to perform here at Petco Park on November 29th when Survivor Series War Games come to my hometown. One of the most historical events after 20 years. Last paid live event that we had here was in 2005, and now we're back, 2025, November 29th.
Man, nobody reps San Diego. We were talking about it earlier. Nobody reps San Diego better and harder than Rey Mysterio, the 619. I mean, it is, people are losing. When I told my friends I had you on today, they were losing their minds. I've been here 15 years. I will die here. It's a very special place. What does San Diego mean to you, Ray?
Oh my God, it's everything. This is the place where I was born. This is where I went to school: Los Altos Elementary, Montgomery High School, Montgomery Junior High. At one point I was even living in Tijuana because my parents decided to move down there, and I was crossing every morning, just like a lot of kids do, to go to school. After school, would go to my part-time job and then go back to Tijuana, finish up my homework, and then go to wrestling school. So, San Diego and Tijuana have the closest place to my heart, and I've always represented my hometown with pride, and very honored to be a San Diegan and, of course, a Padre, born and raised.
Yeah, we just got off the phone with Mike Shildt, and we were talking about the team. And
wow.
I know how much you love the San Diego Padres and how much they love you. I got to ask, because I know we don't have a ton of time with you. I could talk to you for an hour. I really could. Talking to Rey Mysterio here on Ben & Woods, WWE Hall of Famer. Again, coming back for the WWE Survivor Series Saturday, November 29th at Petco. Me and the whole crew are going to be there. I can't wait to see it live. I got to ask you this before I let you go. What's the worst injury you have had wrestling professionally?
So I would have to say the worst injury has been one of my last ACL, PCL, MCL tears that I had was here in San Diego, like in 2011. I want to say 2012. But that's the one that always sticks out because I remember it happened at the beginning of the match, maybe 2 minutes in the match, and I thought that I was Superman and that I could keep going. Well, by the time I ended the match, maybe 15, 18 minutes later, I realized that I could not put any more weight on my knee. And if it was a partial tear at the beginning, it became into a full tear ACL and full tear of my PCL. So it was pretty bad. But again, I love doing what I do, especially being in my hometown. And I did not want to let my fans down that night.
Talking to Rey Mysterio. One last question here, Rey, before we let you go. I know you're promoting all day Survivor Series coming up in November. We were reading about it. It's the first time that this event is going to be in a big outdoor stadium like this. I know some people have already got their tickets. We're still looking into how to get our tickets, but the excitement is building. What do you know about the event coming to Petco Park? Like what can we expect to see this in a beautiful ballpark like Petco, but it's going to be different than the arenas. Like I can't wait to see what the production looks like for this event.
Yeah, what can we
November.
expect out there?
Yeah, well, I'm always amazed to see the type of production that WWE creates. It's always an incredible spectacle. The fact that we're coming to San Diego and we're doing a ballpark, we've been doing more of those in recent years. But to be here in my hometown is going to be incredible. Like the production here is probably going to be insane. You can expect a full roster from CM Punk to Cody Rhodes to John Cena's last PLE event with WWE because he's on his way to retirement. You're going to see Penta, Cero Miedo, who's one of the most upcoming superstars of WWE, being from Mexico, bringing that lucha libre style like I did. And then on top of that, you got all the women, the female superstars from WWE. It's just going to be a stacked event. There's no card out yet for that event, but just picture all your favorite superstars in one show, in one night.
Man, thank you so much for your time. I know you are jamming today, doing a bunch of media hits, so we really appreciate it. Would love to spend some more time with you, either before or after that huge event, November 29th at Petco Park. Thank you so much to the great Rey Mysterio for joining us.
Thank you guys very much. And I just want to point out that if you have any doubts on getting your tickets, the tickets are on sale now as we speak. So make sure you catch yours.
Excellent, man. Thank you so much, Rey. That was amazing. I was so cool. I could have talked to him. He liked that I used to go see Kerry Von Erich and Kevin Von Erich wrestle when I was a little kid. Some of my fondest memories, really, of my youth. That was really, really cool. Again, I need more time with him.
Yeah,
it's rushed. It felt rushed.
We're gonna have to figure out a way to get in touch with him and maybe go sit down and do an interview with him.
Would love to.
I could you not have done another 45 minutes easily with Rey Mysterio?
No problem.
I'm like,
whatsoever.
we have San Diego royalty on the air right now. We got to let him go.
How do we get Ben in a lucha libre mask as Ben Mysterio at some point, and maybe even involved in the event? these are the things that I think about. But
I mean, when I do see a lot of the wrestling clips, when they go to different cities, you'll see icons of that city participating in some capacity.
There you go. Ben's an icon.
I was looking at for some Rey Mysterio pictures. I saw him and Jason Kelsey at a Philadelphia event. It might have been WrestleMania. And I'm like, all right, yeah, Ben Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio.
I'm so in. I'm so into the whole thing. I really think
Ben
he's
doesn't
going
think
to.
it's real, so like Ben will be like, "Oh, this is nothing."
I really think he's gonna. For some reason, I think he's gonna go and be like, "All right, I like it.
I get it.
I'm in. I get it. I think he is. I just have that feeling.
He never watched it.
That's
so
right.
He never like got it even as a kid.
Can we be honest? He thought it was beneath him. And
are you kidding me?
He's coming out of his shell. And I look forward to that event November 29th at Petco Park as well. Thank you guys for hanging. Sorry that was so jumbled and quick, but that's what we had with Ray. We wanted to make sure we did it.
5 minutes better than no minutes.
5 minutes better than no minutes. We'll be right back. Wrap up the show here on Ben and Woods 97.3 The Fan.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
Kelly Danik is a national treasure. She just hit us with the why I oughta.
Why
I oughta. She's incredible.
Love her.
Do they give out traffic awards? Because if they do, she should get one. Welcome back, Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. A few minutes left for the week for our program. Again, if you missed it, Benny is on his way to Santa Barbara, and he is going to have a nice little family vacation, and he'll be back on Tuesday. And so Paulie and I will be in Monday. We will have, Paulie, a plethora of things to talk about. We'll have
first half will be over.
First half over. So we can assess the team, certainly. How did they play against Philadelphia? It's a series.
Preview the home run derby for about 3 hours.
Yeah. We'll have the MLB draft.
Yeah.
What did the Padres do in the draft on Sunday? And looking forward to that. Seeing
no shortage of content for sure.
No shortage of content. We will definitely have some fun, probably at Ben's expense as well. But what do you got? What do you got going this weekend?
What do I got this weekend?
Going any games?
I don't think we're going tonight. I think we're just laying low. We got a sick dog and and we're kind of getting towards the end there.
No.
So we're not really doing a whole lot. We're just spending some extra time with her.
How close are we talking?
I thought it was going to be like today, a few days ago, like earlier in the week. She's doing okay. She's stable, but we're just kind of waiting for her to regress, and it's time to just good vibes on a Friday morning.
Excellent way to wrap up the show. In case you guys were in a good mood, now
we are touring a place, new apartment tomorrow morning.
Okay,
so we got that, and then Tier 1 baseball on Sunday.
Yeah, we got Tier 1. The season starts back up. We'll be playing the team that has not lost in like 2 years.
Yeah, really excited to start our week.
They're great dudes. They're great dudes. They're a really good team, but we are too. So you never know what can happen in game one. We'll have Tier 1 baseball. Our buddy Jack lives in LA.
Mm-hmm.
One of my dearest friends. He hit me up. He goes, "Hey, I'm coming down to the game this weekend with my girlfriend's father, and we're coming down. And are you guys going to the game?" And I thought, man, maybe. And then I asked my wife, I'm like, should we get tickets and go on Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
She looked at me and she's like, I think these kids have done enough. And I said, you know what? You're right. You're right.
I love that.
We just broke our backs to get Savannah Bananas tickets. We all talked about the hubbub that went along with that. And I said, they just got back from a trip to Colorado. My parents are in town. They're leaving today. Love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for coming and keeping those kids for like 48 hours straight. I saw them for dinner last night at a football practice, but I told them, I told Hannah, I go, you know what? You're right. They've been going to Boomers and they've been going to the aquarium and they went to Colorado. I go, they're good. And she goes, yeah, they're good. Let's just sit at home. So I'm going to have to text Jackie and tell him, no, I'm not coming to the game. Why? Because my kids are spoiled and they don't need to go to the game. They can sit at home and watch the game on television, which is exactly, I want to spend some time with my family too, because I will be leaving for a few days. And so I want to be able to be around them and hang out. We've got a double header tonight in flag football for Bo, and had a good practice yesterday. And so we got a double header.
Still loving that flag football?
Dude, he loves it.
Good.
I mean, he loves it. And, his old man out there, defensive coordinating 2 games tonight, Paulie. I'm going to be a dead man. I'm going to be a dead man. Yeah, 2 games for these little guys, man. It is no joke. It is no.
How long are those games?
What about?
Play halves, quarters?
They play 4 quarters.
Okay.
And they're like 6-minute.
Now,
7-minute quarters.
Forgive me if you've talked about this. If he loves flag football, is he already thinking about padded football or anything?
I don't think he wants to get hit, and that's fine.
Good.
Saves
I
us
get that.
Saves us a little bit of a headache there, but he loves it. Yeah, I may give him the Dan Campbell speech tonight, Dominic. As Dominic said, I'll get my defense in. You bite those kneecaps. When they come down, I want you to come up with a kneecap in your mouth, and then when you fall down again, bite another kneecap off. They have such a blast playing. It's such a well-run organization, Friday Night Lights. It really is. And the kids have a blast doing it. So that's what I'll be doing tonight. And I can't imagine these kids getting to do any more extra stuff. So I think we're just going to lay low this weekend. Good luck in your apartment. Good luck with the dog.
Thank you.
Obviously.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys Monday. Thanks so much. It's been such a fun week. Fun week. Go back and listen to anything that you missed. Braden's coming up next. Going to be talking some Padres baseball. Big series against the Phillies. Let's finish strong. I'd love to come in here Monday, taking 2 out of 3. It'd be the best news ever. Have a good weekend. Love you guys very much. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.